you all to sit back and relax as the Reflections color guard in Major Red, under the direction of the dynamic duo, Miss Jennifer and Jackie Toggart, as they perform to Coldplay's song entitled Memories. At Super Bowl 50, this song is performed, and they share the stage with various artists such as Bruno Mars and Beyonce.
bad this isn't it.
Welcome to 302 Sports, where tonight we bring you Hennepin Conference Northern Division action live from Camden, Delaware. It's the Hennepin Conference Friday night game of the week. Good evening, folks. I'm Benny Mitchell, and welcome to 302 Sports as we bring you the Hennepin Conference Friday night game of the week. Tonight, it's Northern Division action as the Sussex Central Ravens, 2-4, travel north to take on the Caesar Rodney Riders, 4-2. This is a key game as we start looking towards the upcoming DIAA state tournament, where the Riders are on the bubble for an at-large bid. They still have Sussex Central 5-1 and Dover also at 5-1 left to play in the final 2 weeks of the season. A Ravens upset tonight would put the Riders' postseason plans in jeopardy. And let me bring in my broadcast partner for tonight's game, Jim Tack. And Jim, bonus points for the state tourney as they start to come out this week. Tonight, we begin to see how strong the scheduling of each team is throughout the year and how it's all going to work out for them.
Well, and I think the key to what you said earlier is the Riders still got to go. Sussex Central 5-1 and Dover 5-1. Tough contest for both. I think we're going to see a very evenly matched game tonight between these two.
I agree. The Riders are looking for a return trip to the Division I state tournament. At 4-2, Caesar Rodney really only has room for maybe one more loss to get in. A fourth loss, they need some help, and right now their best chance for bonus points is Sussex Central and Dover. Smyrna only playing 9 games this year, and already with 3 losses, they cannot get to 7. They cannot provide any bonus to a Northern Division team. That hurts the Hennepin Conference teams as they got to look the large route to get in the tourney.
Yeah, you're exactly right. There's just no room. However, I think that this team continues to get better as they go on.
Right.
A lot of misdirection with their offense. They do not throw the ball a whole lot.
No.
But they're just going to challenge you that this is what we're going to do. And they've been very good with the trap game and the misdirection.
Right. They run wing T, and they'll run some wing T out of the pistol, out of some shotgun. So even when they go to shotgun, it's still a wing T.
Still wing T, sure.
Sussex Tech, on the other hand, not quite mathematically out, but their chances are very dim. They move to the role of spoiler. Ignore that 2-4 record, Tech. The Ravens are dangerous and a serious threat to Caesar Rodney tonight. In week 4, Tech had a TD pass called back for an ineligible receiver downfield and a 19-15 loss to Appoquinimink. That TD doesn't get called back. The Ravens are 3-3, and they're in the playoff hunt as well.
Yeah, they have the potential to score at any time. They are huge. Big team up front. They're able to utilize that size you could see a tough hang on. They can throw the ball. They have some people to get open deep.
Well, tonight it's we know these teams pass, and let's get to the Dream Scouting Network players to watch. And first off, number 6, Michael Norsworthy. He's a good running back. He's an interesting running back. He can get you. He can be the scat back. And he can square those shoulders up and get you the extra yard too if you need it.
Yeah, especially out of the type of. We used to call it the full house when all 3 backs were in the backfield, but they're out of the gun, and so exactly what you said. You need to be able to square up when you're traveling right to left and get upfield. But he's solid. He's a solid player.
He was honorable mention last year for the Ravens. Another player to watch, number 70, Will Argo. He's committed to Monmouth. He's a big guy, 6'5", 305, playing right guard for the Ravens.
They're gonna work on his feet at the next level, and they're going to have a pretty good football player. He is absolutely one of the biggest kids I've seen this year, and he's not the only one on that Tech squad.
I was at their practice on Monday. He moves well for 6'5", 305. I mean, he's a good pulling guard, and he gets there quick, and he makes his block. The last guy, the senior, number 5, Trey Hatfield, two-way performer. He's a running back and a linebacker, and he brings a lot of energy to the Ravens' offense and defense.
I love the way he plays defense. You'll watch the ball go away. He sits square. He doesn't get sucked in. He calls the signals for their defense. He's a good, bring your lunchbox, I'll do anything you want me to do kind of player.
3-sport athlete for the Ravens, also wrestles and plays baseball. Let's see what Caesar Rodney's players to watch here on the Dream Scouting Network. First one, number 2, Manny Kennedy. Manny Kennedy, what a season he's having, almost 500 yards. He's only played 5 games. He's their main back in the backfield.
He's on track, to get to 1,000. Great speed. There's a trick to running the misdirection. He does it very well. He comes in and then bounces to the hash numbers and up the sideline.
And then number 34, Jackson Rawl, the inside linebacker. Quiet guy, but he's number 2 on the team in tackles, and he's got a fumble recovery and an interception this year.
Yeah, he's also had 2 sacks. He's extremely active. He can run, and he loves the contact. That's what I like about him.
Right. And number 5, Kevin Robinson, the fullback. He's not only a bruising fullback, he can break a long one. He's done it a couple times this year.
Absolutely my favorite player to watch when I was getting ready with these guys, and they use him well. They run him on the quick inside trap with the guard, and they also will lead the halfback up ahead of him out of the tee and run the ISO. And like you said, good speed but great size. I really enjoy watching him.
So that's your Dream Scouting Network. Players to watch, folks. We're going to take a commercial timeout, and we're going to come back with the Purple Parrot Pigskin Picks with me and Trey Mitchell, and we're going to tell you what we think is going to happen tonight in the Henlopen Conference.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer of SODEL Concepts. We have 8 locations, a catering company and a food truck right here on the Culinary Coast in southern Delaware, and we'd love to see you at one of our locations. Fish On and Lewis in the Villages of 5 Points. Lupo Italian Kitchen on Rehoboth Avenue in downtown Rehoboth, serving homemade pasta. Papa Grande's in downtown Rehoboth. Our treetop deck has the best happy hour around. And Matt's Fish Camp, located on Route 1 in North Bethany Beach, your classic seafood shack. At SODEL, we believe in beautiful, simple food and making the world a better place. See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer of SODEL Concepts. We have 8 locations, a catering company.
Welcome to week 7 of the Purple Parrot Pigskin Picks here on 302 Sports. I'm Benny Mitchell with Trey Mitchell. And the Purple Parrot Grill, 134 Rehoboth Avenue in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. That's right on the main street going to the beach, 1 block from the boardwalk. And you can visit their sister restaurant, the Iguana Grill, 52 Baltimore Avenue. That's in the 2nd block of Baltimore Avenue. That's just 1 block to the north of the Purple Parrot Grill. So let's get right into the picks, Trey. We're going to start with the Southern Division. And 7 o'clock kickoff in Seaford. The Seaford Blue Jays 1-5. The Delmar Wildcats 6-0. The Blue Jays dropped a 1-point heartbreaker last week to Indian River, and this week they're simply on the tracks, and the Del Mar train's coming through town. The Del Mar Wildcats 49, the Seaford Blue Jays 0.
Yeah, I see Del Mar continuing their winning ways here and rolling through Seaford.
Another 7 o'clock kickoff in Dagsboro. The 3-3 Laurel Bulldogs and the 2-4 Indian River Indians. Indian River picked up their second win last weekend. They seem to improve each week. Laurel continues their up and down season. They seem to, right now, they're winning every other week. They're due for a loss this week as they won last weekend at homecoming over Polytech. But I see the Bulldogs breaking that pattern when they travel to Dagsboro Friday night. Laurel Bulldogs 35, the Indian River Indians 21.
Yeah, I agree. I think Laurel's going to bring that offense down to Dagsboro, and they're going to put some points on the board and beat Indian River.
In Felton, 7 o'clock kickoff, the 3-3 Lake Forest Spartans host the 4-2 Woodbridge Blue Raiders. And Trey, if you'd asked me last week to pick this game, I would have had to stop and ponder a little bit. But after Del Mar shut out Lake Forest last Saturday, and Woodbridge, they simply took Milford behind the woodshed. It's starting to look like the Blue Raiders are getting into gear at the right time. They went on the road. Woodbridge 28, Lake Forest 14.
Yeah, I agree. If we see the Woodbridge team from a couple weeks ago that was undisciplined, Lake Forest could really take it to them. But like you said last week, they lit up Milford with points on the board, and I think they found their offense here. They're going to get it done again.
Let's go to some Northern Division games. 7 o'clock kickoff in Woodside. The 1-5 Polytech Panthers hosting the 5-1 Sussex Central Golden Knights. And the Golden Knights, they're simply coming off their biggest win in recent memory as they snap Smyrna's 20-game conference winning streak in dominant fashion last Friday night. The Golden Knights defense continues to roll this week as Sussex Central keeps on track, looking for the conference, Henlopen Conference Northern Division title. Sussex Central 35, Polytech 0.
Yeah, Sussex Central's been looking better and better each time we see them. I don't see anything stopping them this week. They're going to roll.
Big game in Smyrna. The 3-3 Smyrna Eagles, they're going to host the 5-1 Dover Senators. 7 o'clock kickoff. Dover has been impressive. They're averaging 40 points a game. The last two games, they've scored over 100 points combined in the two games. Smyrna's coming in. They're licking their wounds from the loss to Sussex Central last week. This game will be high scoring, but the Eagles win the shootout with a couple of defensive stops. Smyrna 49, Dover 35.
I think you said it best, shootout. I think that plays into Smyrna's style of play the last couple of years. I think they pick up a much-needed win with that style of play.
In our conference battle here, North Division versus Southern Division, it's 1-5 Cape and Lopen. It's their homecoming as the 3-3 Milford Buccaneers come to town. 7 o'clock kickoff at the beach. Milford was rolling before their trip to Woodbridge last week. Now the Bucks, they have to regroup and head into a Northern Division game at Cape and Lopen. It's their homecoming. Usually I look at homecomings as a big distraction, but here I think it's just what Cape needs. It's the right time. A big game in front of a big crowd. Cape has something to play for this week. I'm taking the Vikings in an upset. Cape and Lopen 21, Milford 20.
Yeah, I like what you're saying there. I could definitely see a good opportunity for Cape to pick up a big win on their homecoming. But I think Milford's I think they're a little mad after last week, and I think they come in and play spoiler.
Milford wins here. That's 6 big points in the Division II point race.
Yes,
there are 3 losses. They really can't afford another loss, but if they were to lose down the road, they still have Del Mar 6-4. Whenever Cape could be huge. And our Friday night Henlopen Conference game of the week is going to be in Camden. 7:30 kickoff tonight, folks. This week. It's the 4-2 Caesar Rodney Riders hosting the 2-4 Sussex Tech Ravens. And don't let that 2-4 record fool you. They had a touchdown called back against Appoquinimink. That doesn't get called back. They're 3-3 and they're in the hunt for a playoff spot. But Sussex Tech started out the season as one of the top 10 ranked teams, but 3 straight losses, including a lopsided loss to Dover last week, has the Ravens turning from a tournament-bound team to a team looking just to save their season. The Riders, on the other hand, they've had 4 good showings this season, and each one, their defense has shown up. The DRC, when the CR defense shows up, they win. The CR defense shows up again this week, and they win. But expect this game to be closer than really expected. As Tech suits up and looks to save their season, they are a serious threat to Caesar Rodney just because of style of play.
Yeah. Keep going.
Caesar Rodney 21, Sussex Tech 14.
Sorry, we're talking about Caesar Rodney. I just got really excited. Now, the games Tech won this year, even some they lost besides the Dover one, they're all low-scoring, close games. But I really think that plays into CR's hand because, like I've said before, and you hinted at, CR's defense wins games for them. And I think the same's going to go this week. I think CR's defense is going to hold Tech to a little, and I think their offense is going to find a way to punch a few in.
CR's defense wins games for them when the offense can produce. I compare it to a pitcher needing run support in baseball. CR's offense has to stay on the field and score 2-3 touchdowns. That defense can't play the whole game on the field.
I agree, and I think they had a little tough start last week, I believe, and I think this week the offense will come out and put points on the board.
So there you go, folks. Those are your Week 7 Pigskin Picks, sponsored by the Purple Parrot Grill, 134 Rehoboth Avenue, and their sister restaurant, the Iguana Grill, 52 Baltimore Avenue. Folks, points start coming up this week. Teams looking for their 7th win. Everything's going to start getting interesting as everybody starts looking for playoff football. We'll see you at kickoff.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from SODEL Concepts.
And I'm Danae from Matt's Fish Camp.
Come check us out.
Matt's Fish Camp is the small local fish joint with 2 locations on Coastal Highway in North Bethany Beach and Lewis, where we serve up traditional coastal fare and a casual atmosphere with house specialties like colossal crab cakes, lobster rolls, and fried Ipswich clams, along with crowd pleasers like fish and chips, fried shrimp, and a daily selection of fresh caught fish. Matt's Fish Camp, serving up lunch and dinner 7 days a week, all year.
Locations in Bethany Beach and Lewis.
Here with Jim Tack, and Tack, let's break it down. Caesar Rodney Riders and the Sussex Tech Ravens. And Caesar Rodney, when the CR defense shows up to play, they win games. But the offense, it has to show up as well. The offense, it doesn't have to put up blowout numbers, but they have to go on some drives, put up 2 or 3 touchdowns, so that the defense isn't on the field all night.
Well, I agree with you. I think they're going to have to throw the ball a little bit. I mean, you have it down. They've only had 21 attempts in 6 games. I really think that you could jam up 8 or 9, go into man coverage, and crowd the line of scrimmage.
Right.
I think that's one. They have a great running game. I love the dimension of all of the different way that people are coming at you from different angles.
Right.
The misdirection. So my feeling is they're going to have to throw the ball in order for them to win.
I guess I kind of relate it to if the pitcher needs some run support. That's their defense. They need point support. They need that offense on the field so they're not out there all night.
That's right.
For the Sussex Tech Ravens, I think they need to open up their offensive attack as well against Caesar Rodney. Defensively, they need to get off that field on 3rd down. Don't allow CR to extend drives. CR likes to go on long drives, eat up clock. Like we said, they've only attempted 21 passes this year in 6 games. Tech needs to take advantage of that one-dimensional offense.
Yep, I think if they can hold them down, bring people up in the box, mix up their coverage a little bit. I also think, though, that they have some receivers that they can get deep, and they're going to have to take a couple shots. Mm-hmm. I really think that could help them. They have big enough people up front to protect, but take a couple shots or get some screens going, because Sierra's pretty good on defense.
A couple of returning all-conference players for these 2 teams. For the Caesar Rodney Riders, William Burke, the junior defensive end, and Jeremiah Brown, defensive tackle. They were both first-team all-state or all-conference last year. And second-team punter, Joe Delgado. He's the kind of guy that can flip the field on you. And for Sussex Tech, second-team performers last year were Jamie Shermer on the defensive line, and we talked about it earlier in the broadcast, Will Argo, the guard, and Mike Norsworthy was an honorable mention player. A couple games around the conference tonight we're going to be interested in watching. Tech. Number 1 is Milford at Cape and Lopin. Milford, big game for them. That's 6 points if they can beat Cape Henlopen and puts them right back on the map for Division II.
Yeah, and Milford's been up and down.
Right.
Cape has struggled, new system, trying to work their way in. Milford, on the other hand, has been up and down. So they have to go into a homecoming atmosphere and try to get out of Cape with a win.
A team that's got themselves back on track is Woodbridge. They've moved back. They were number 2 in the state. They dropped down to number 8 in the state. They're back now to number 5 in Division II. They travel north to play Lake Forest and Feld tonight. That's a big game for the Woodbridge Raiders. They really can't afford another loss. Maybe to Del Mar, and that's it.
No, and the story that you and I saw early with them were penalties.
Right.
They have the talent. They have the speed. They have good linemen. If they can lock it in from this point out and use the talent, they're going to be a playoff team.
Seaford got a win 2 weeks ago, narrowly last week, losing by 1 to Indian River. And who's on the track coming into town tonight? The number 1 Del Mar Wildcats. Might just get off the tracks because they're coming through.
They are a very, very solid football team, very well coached, and with some outstanding defensive linemen.
Another big game just north of us. 2 schools up, Smyrna. Number 4 Dover, number 5 Smyrna. This is a big one. This could end up being a shootout tonight.
That is an interesting one. Smyrna not quite as powerful as they've been in the past, and Dover's having a nice year. So again, like you said, great games.
Right. Number 3 Sussex Central is across town here in Woodside at Polytech. The Golden Knights moved up to number 3. It was just a matter of time. Somebody had to beat Smyrna to knock them out of that number 2, and of course they played number 1 Middletown, then they played out of state, and Sussex Central did it. Sussex Central, they lost week 1 to Hodgson. They're becoming a very good football team.
I've talked to several coaches from various teams this week, and that's the team they're talking about. That Sussex Central continues to get better every week. They're not backing off or getting swollen ahead. So they're another one that could really finish high.
Couple big upstate games in Division II tonight on our other 302 broadcast. You can watch it on YouTube. Number 10 Delaware Military versus number 9 St. Mark's. This is what I call this could be an elimination game. These two teams sitting around 2-3 losses. Again, can't afford another loss, and they match up. Somebody's got to lose tonight.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough matchup. And they're solid clubs. So this is where the heartbreaks come in.
Right. And then another game upstate tonight at Baynard Stadium. Number 6 Archmere and number St. Elizabeth. This St. Elizabeth team, they're scary. I mean, they one night they get a Del Mar and they give up 48, and then they come right back and knock off DMA next week. So they're kind of an interesting team.
Yeah, that was interesting that they knocked DMA off. I didn't think that would happen. So again, who shows up? Jekyll and Hyde.
All right, big game tomorrow in Baynard Stadium at 1 o'clock. Number 2 AI DuPont versus number 4 Howard. This is probably the winner wins the Blue Hen Flight B.
Yeah, two at the top, and they'll be at their best.
So let's talk about our top 10 here in Delaware. 302 Sports top 10 in Division II. Number 10 DMA, 9 St. Mark's, 8 St. Elizabeth, 7 Tower Hill, 6 Archmere, 5 Woodbridge out of the Helena Conference. Then number 4 Howard, Wilmington Friends, who we got to see against Woodbridge. 2 AI DuPont, and number 1 the Del Mar Wildcats. Right now, Tack, can anybody knock off Del Mar right now?
I would think I still like Woodbridge.
Right.
If they get it straightened out, you and I saw them. They had 3 touchdowns called back against Friends.
Right.
They should have won that game. So Woodbridge continues to get rid of the penalties. They can go after Del Mar.
And in Division I, number 10 Sussex Tech here tonight. Apo number 9, St. George's 8, Caesar Rodney 7, 6 Salesianum. They're playing an undefeated Westminster, Maryland team tonight. 5 Smyrna, 4 Dover, 3 Sussex Central, 2 Hodgson, and number 1 Middletown. They're in Florida tonight playing IMG.
That could be good for the rest of the crop because IMG is something else. Although I'll tell you what, Middletown, tough kids, but my problem with going to IMG, you're not quite sure what you're going to run into.
Right.
And they have some of the best in the nation there.
Folks, let's talk about some of the people that make our broadcast work. Number 1, the Dream Scouting Network. Dream Scouting Network, Shannon Riley up there in upstate Delaware, just trying to help get some kids into college. All of our broadcasts in Southern Delaware brought to you by SODEL Concepts, are the official sponsor of all of our webcasts downstate. our out-of-town scoreboard, Barclays Heating and Air in Smyrna. Barclays Heating and Air, they service Kent County. Barclays Heating and Air, sponsor of our out-of-town scoreboard. Our Red Zone sponsor, brought to you by LASHER'S Barbecue. LASHER'S Barbecue on Long Neck Road. They sponsor our Red Zone. First Downs, brought to you by S.E. Doyle General Contractors, your one-stop shop for all your construction needs. Our trivia question tonight in the third quarter, brought to you by Juwan Johnson State Farm. Juwan Johnson State Farm brings you our trivia question. The Purple Parrot, obviously the sponsor of our, as you already saw, our picks, pregame picks. Arena's Deli, one of our new sponsors, and they'll be bringing us the halftime stats. Halftime stats brought to you by Arena's Deli, all over the state of Delaware. And then Active Pest Solution, they sponsor our Pest of the Game. Active Pest Solution, they are also a statewide company. Coming up here real soon, Green Blade Irrigation and Turf Care, they bring you our turf report, which will be coming up rather shortly. And Louis Pizza is the sponsor of our Player of the Game. Player of the Game, Louis Pizza, 11 Rehoboth Avenue, just steps from the boardwalk. So as we mentioned earlier, let's get to it, the Green Blade Irrigation and Turf Care report. Our turf report. Well, we're playing on artificial turf tonight, folks. Brand new. One so new, one football game, one soccer game has been played on it. Walked it earlier today. Great shape. Our weather tonight, high 50s, 58, 59 degrees with a very slight wind. No rain in the forecast, Tack, but it doesn't matter because we're playing on the fake stuff. Folks, we're going to take another commercial time out here on the SODEL Concept pregame show. We'll be right back with Sussex Tech and Caesar Rodney.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from SODEL Concepts. It's off-season at the beach. That means great specials throughout all of our restaurants. Come check it out. Catch 54 in Fenwick Island, Northeast Seafood Kitchen in Ocean View, Delaware, Blue Coast Seafood Grill and Raw Bar in North Bethany, Matt's Fish Camp in North Bethany, Lupo Italian Kitchen in Rehoboth Beach, Blue Coast Seafood Grill and Raw Bar in Rehoboth Beach, the Clubhouse at Baywood on Long Neck, Matt's Fish Camp in Lewis, Delaware, and Fish On in the Villages of 5 Points. If you missed any of them, check it out at SODELconcepts.com. See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from SODEL Concepts. It's off-season at the beach. That means great specials throughout all of our restaurants. Come check it out. Catch 54 in Fenwick Island, Northeast Seafood Kitchen in Ocean View, Delaware, Blue Coast Seafood Grill and Raw Bar in North Bethany, Matt's Fish Camp in North Bethany, Lupo Italian Kitchen in Rehoboth Beach, Blue Coast Seafood Grill and Raw Bar in Rehoboth Beach, the Clubhouse at Baywood on Long Neck, Matt's Fish Camp in Lewis, Delaware, and Fish On in the Villages of...
I'm Sarah, the Director of Events at Baywood Greens. Planning a wedding is an exciting and wonderful time. Let us help you make it great. Our experienced team of hospitality professionals coordinate and execute every detail to provide a stress-free experience so you can focus on the moment. From food to flowers, we prepare everything on site, tailored to your vision. Let Baywood Greens transform your next event to a memorable experience. I'm Sarah.
Concepts.
And I'm Danae from Matt's Fish Camp.
Come check us out.
Matt's Fish Camp is the small local fish joint with 2 locations on Coastal Highway in North Bethany Beach and Lewis, where we serve up traditional coastal fare and a casual atmosphere with house specialties like colossal crab cakes, lobster rolls, and fried Ipswich clams, along with crowd pleasers like fish and chips, fried shrimp, and a daily selection of fresh caught fish. Matt's Fish Camp, serving up lunch and dinner 7 days a week, all year.
Locations in Bethany Beach and Lewis, Delaware. See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from SODEL Concepts.
And I'm Danae from Matt's Fish Camp.
Come check us out.
Matt's Fish Camp is the small local fish joint with 2 locations on Coastal Highway in North Bethany Beach and Lewis, where we serve up traditional coastal fare and a casual atmosphere with house specialties like colossal crab cakes, lobster rolls, and fried Ipswich clams, along with crowd pleasers like fish and chips, fried shrimp, and a daily selection of fresh caught fish. Matt's Fish Camp, serving up lunch and dinner 7 days a week, all year.
Locations in Bethany Beach and Lewis, Delaware. See you soon.
And welcome back to Caesar Rodney High School in Camden, Delaware. Benny Mitchell here with Jim Tack. The players are on the field. The captains are on the field. Going to find out who's going to get the ball first. Excuse me, folks.
Well, you're excited.
Yeah, that's what it is. Just a little bug in my throat, that's all. Nothing big. The Riders, all new turf, new track, and a new helmet to enter the stadium through, it looks like. So,
it's a beautiful setup. I think the lights are interesting, how they have them pointed down at the field.
Yeah, they shine on the field.
Yeah.
I was talking to, and I'll have a halftime interview with Bob Baran. Talked a little bit about the new facilities here. I'm not crazy about those 2 security lights that are right in my eyes across the field.
But it's nice that people don't have problems going up into the stands.
Right, exactly.
Very, very nice field.
Yes, it's a LED. He said it shines directly on the field. And what they found out was they had to bring in some security lights because you couldn't see outside the track.
Sure.
So they got that taken care of, and that's what we see shining at us tonight. The Barclays Heating and Air, we already got some scores, folks. Barclays Heating and Air Out-of-Town scoreboard. Woodbridge right back on track, 19-0 up on Lake Forest. Dover up 14-0 on Smyrna, and the Buccaneers of Milford up 7-0 on Cape Henlopen. All first quarter scores. They were all 7 o'clock starts tonight. So here come the tough Sussex Tech Ravens. And followed by the Caesar Rodney Riders. You know what that means, Tech? National anthem.
We're ready.
Then game time. The Caesar Rodney Riders in their tradition. That's one thing about Caesar Rodney. They do not break tradition. They'll be wearing the blue shirts, the gold pants, and the gold helmets. And that CR logo has been on that helmet since the 80s. Hasn't changed a bit. Sussex Tech in the black helmets, white jerseys, and white pants. And you know, Tack, one thing about Henlopen Conference Northern Division, I like to refer to it as the SEC of Delaware High School football. I'm not saying these guys are Alabama or Auburn, but it's competitive every weekend.
Yes, always good games.
So, folks, we're going to cut away to our national anthem performed by the Caesar Rodney High School Marching Band.
In all aspects of interscholastic athletics, everyone involved in this athletic contest must be held to the highest standards of sportsmanship, ethics, and integrity. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that everyone please rise and remove all headgear. This evening's colors are being...
Excellent rendition there, Coach Jim Tagg. What do you think?
Oh, they really did a nice job. You could take that to any stadium. Great presentation of the national anthem.
And we'll remain quiet while the colors are retired from the field.
To our right, we receive the opening anthem.
So the Ravens are on the field. Sussex Tech will kick off with the Caesar Rodney Riders set to return. They're going to move from left to right here at Caesar Rodney High School. Again, Sussex Tech in the all-white. And Caesar Rodney in the blue jerseys, gold pants. And we'll tack. I don't know if you've ever been to a Sussex Tech game before, but be prepared. That band is loud, and they play all night long.
Was in a basketball game last winter, and I could not believe how loud it was.
So here we go, folks. And the Ravens get the game started, kick low on the ground, and bobbled. And I think the Ravens are going to get it. And the Ravens get it. Did not get a number on the recovery. One more score to update you with. Dell Bar 13-0 over Seaford. First quarter actions. Here we go. Sussex Tech, they'll start first. 1st and 10 in CR territory at the CR 37. Not the way Coach Candeloro envisioned this starting.
No, and I think it was an intentional onside kick. I don't think he missed the ball.
Full house backfield. It's going to be a toss around the left side to Norsworthy, but he's wrapped up in the backfield. Loss of 6. Tackle made by number 11, Jordan Allen. Man, you can't throw his way or run his way, can you, Tab?
No. He stayed square, came up, met the thing, turned it back in. There was good pursuit behind it.
2nd and 11, loss of 1 on the play. That was number 87 pushing the play back. Patrick, I hope I get this right, Jalif. Yeah, full house backwards. A little pistol look with some up back. That's number 3 on the carry, Kevin Custis. And we're going to have a late flag on the play. Looks like a gain about 4 or 5. Custis transfer from Indian River.
They actually had unbalanced line that time to the field.
Personal foul on Sussex Tech. We don't know what the personal foul is. But personal foul, probably chop block, but usually they show that sign. But it was in the interior area of the field.
It's like he was signaling face mask to the Sussex Tech sideline.
Okay. So that's going to bring up a 2nd and it's about 25.
Backs it up now, 2nd down.
Well, less than about 23, we'll call it.
For the Ravens at the 50-yard line.
Back in the shotgun. That's Norsworthy up the middle. A little trap action there, Tack.
Yep.
Out of that pistol formation. Full house backfield.
Jordan Allen
with the shotgun. So that's going to bring up a 3rd
about 11 on the play.
And 11.
3rd down.
Pick up of about 12.
For Sussex Tech at the Caesar Rodney.
So we're going to call it 3rd and 12.
A little bit more manageable. Still 30
I think that was Jordan Allen on that stop again from safety position.
3rd and 12. And that's going to be Norsworthy again. He runs right into number 6. William Burke, 6'2", 225. We see why he's an all-conference end. That brings up 4th down.
A little bit of a stunt. They moved both their defensive tackles out to what they would call 3 shades on the outside of the guards, and then they slanted back in.
And look who our punter is. Will Argo, 6'5", 305 pounds. Guard, he's back to punt. Back deep is Jordan Allen. Low snap, he's able to field it. And he gets a high floating kick, and it's going to bounce around the 11. And it just goes, that bounced up in the air. Back.
Interesting, because nobody downed it. If that whistle didn't go, right. Nobody really put their hand on it at the end. That's why I was hesitating to say anything.
I've never seen a football bounce straight up and down.
Yeah, it did. Fresh turf.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say whose bounce it was, but it was nobody's. It went straight up and right back down. Yeah. So 9:59 left to play here in the first quarter, and Caesar Rodney's going to get their first action.
Dover is now up 22-0 in Smyrna on homecoming night.
And I'm not sure what we got going on here. We have a penalty? I didn't see a flag.
I don't know if they're going to kick over or...
I haven't seen a flag yet. Tech ran back to their sideline. Now the Riders are going back there. Last time we saw this happen, the lights went out in Laurel.
Yeah, That was a long evening.
Yes, it was.
That was a long evening.
And this is a 7:30 start, too, so we don't want that.
We're not alone because everyone else in the press box right now is asking what is happening.
On the play, there's 12 men on the field for the Riders. Brings up 4th down and 4 for the Ravens at the Riders' 31.
So there's a penalty on the play. We just guess we're just not going to get the luxury of knowing what it was.
Yeah, it must have been while the ball was in the air. That would give it back to the offense.
So make it a 4th and 4, so the Ravens are going to go for it. I think that's going to be offsides on the tight end. Number 11, Matthew Warrington, getting a head start. And that was definitely going to be a run play because he went right attack in the attack mode. So now we're going to punt it again, attack.
Yep. Unless they were trying to hard count and he didn't.
Didn't get the memo.
There we go. Largest punter maybe in the East Coast.
Reminds me of Janikowski, the kicker for Florida State.
He does.
He gets it off. This time it's a spiral. And it's going to bounce around the 1 and go out of bounds or out in the end zone. So they've been better off without the penalty tack because now the ball, instead of being on the 10, is going to be out on the 20 for the Riders. So it doesn't work out for the Ravens on that one. So on their first possession, the Riders will go 1st and 10 from their own 20.
Yeah, he kicked that ball close to 40 yards in the air. Well, let's see what the Riders have
Out comes
in their plan.
Number 8, James Love, 6'4", 170.
Access to excellence at Premier Physical Therapy and Sports.
And he's going to go up under center, wing T formation, split to the left, wing to the right. He's going to drop back. And you talked about they wanted to throw the ball, and he is going to throw the ball, but it's going to fall harmlessly on the ground. 2nd and 10, but even the incomplete pass is going to loosen up that Ravens defense.
Yes.
So Coach Candy obviously listened to your pregame thoughts. He comes right out firing.
And then they got bit by the big play, and then an interception.
Well, it's a good thing to do. Like you said, loosen them up, get them out of the box.
So 2nd and 10 for the Riders. Split far to the right, wing to the left, and they go to a shift.
Now they're in an unbalanced.
And it's going to be a toss to 2. That's Emmanuel Manny Kennedy, and he's going to pick up maybe a yard on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 9.
Jalen Sneed, number 1, up on the stop. Nice job in the secondary position.
Tack Woodbridge is letting everybody know they're back in business. They're up 33-0 on Lake Forest in the first half.
That is, you and I talked about it. That's a good football team.
Yeah.
Eliminate, and then, the other time we saw them, 24, 25 penalties in a game.
Right.
They get that straightened out. They're going to be tough to beat. They have the speed and the size.
Riders split left with a slot. And that's going to be Manny up the middle. Emmanuel Kennedy, and there's nothing there.
Kevin Robinson on the goal.
Mike Noseworthy on the stop.
Pick up a 3 on the play. Brings up 4th down
and back to return, I believe, is going to be Noseworthy, and the punter is Delgado, all-conference punter.
So a pass, an unbalanced toss,
back to punt for the Riders.
handoff up. No misdirection yet. They'll next series.
And the Ravens are coming after it. Low snap. He's able to get it off end over end. And it's going to take a small Riders bounce. And it's going to be Ravens going to have the ball close to midfield at their own 47-yard line. So both teams 3 and out. And Ravens take over. And that's a big offensive line.
I could not believe.
Wyatt Buxton, 73. Almost looks as big as Argo.
They're huge. They're absolutely huge.
So here come the Ravens, 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line. And that's going to be number 1, Jalen Sneed. And he's got enough for a first down. And that's our first S.E. Doyle first down of the evening.
They brought the tight end over, which made it unbalanced. Then they trapped
Brings up first down
to the near side. Nice little scheme.
Sneed was also a Indian River Indian last year. Two of them, Custis and Sneed, transferred over.
Wow.
First and 10, low snap, hands it off to Norsworthy. He's got some running room, takes it down inside the 30. And it's going to be a second down.
Stop that time. Well, we do not have 22.
You're right. Second and 2 for the Ravens.
We apologize.
That's Norsworthy again up the middle. Hit, spins, breaks the tackle, and takes it down to the 20. That's another S.E. Doyle. First down for
host of riders combined on the tackle.
Sussex Tech. And Tech, we're in the red zone. Lasher's Barbecue brings you the red zone.
Yeah, and they're using the strength of their line. They're pounding straight ahead.
First and 10 at the 20 for the Ravens. Norsworthy again up the middle, hit by Burke and tackled, but after a gain of about 4, maybe 5 on the play, bring up a second down.
So that's a good 4 or 5 yards on first down.
Gain of 4 on the play brings up
Burke
second down.
on the stop along with Allen.
Caesar Rodney, 16-yard line.
But they are all quick hitters.
Right. Gain of 4 on the play brings up a second and 6 in the red zone here at the 16. And this time it's going to be number 3, Kevin Custis, and he takes it down inside the 5, close to the goal line.
A little bit of misdirection. I'm just really impressed how they're moving the ball. Jackson Rawl, senior, on the stop, and they're first and goal.
At the 1. First and goal at the 1 for Sussex Tech. And it's going to be Norsworthy. And like I told you, he can square the shoulders and take it in for it. And he does. Touchdown, Sussex Tech. They're up 6-0. They strike first. On the kick number, is that number 30, Caleb Locklear, sophomore.
A quiet Caesar Rodney crowd right now. I think everyone's in shock.
In the first series, not much, and then that kicks up, and I believe it's good. It is. That's 7-0. Caesar Rodney, Sussex Tech folks. We're going to stay right here, and we're going to talk a little bit about what just happened. I mean, they nothing on the swing and miss on their first series, and then they come out and get a positive gain every play and take it right in the end zone.
And they were straight ahead shots. Most of them behind Argo. Number 70, the big offensive guard,
right side, yeah.
But there was no side to side. The only side to side we saw was the play that brought them down in close to little counter. Second last play of the series. Everything was quick, get up to the ball, and I think you have a Caesar Rodney team that's in a little bit of shock right now.
Yeah, they're got to answer this score. Update score out at the beach. Buccaneers 14. The Cape and Lebanon Vikings 0. First half action in Lewis. Dover now up 22-0 on Smyrna.
Big night for Dover.
I thought it could happen. I didn't expect it. I didn't think it would. I thought Smyrna would absorb that punch last week and come back, and it doesn't look like they're going to.
Nope. Maybe they've been up a long time at the top.
Man, another low kick. It bobbles it again. This time just falls on it. Almost got again. That's number 6, Burke. Trying to catch it and run with it. Well, at the same time, so that's going to bring up a first and 10 for the Caesar Rodney Riders. In fact, they've already got their road warriors this year because of the stadium getting late under construction. They only have 2 home games, and this is it. This senior night, their last home game. So Riders first and 10, they went nowhere on their first series.
It'll be interesting to see if they can wake up here.
Only gain was 4 yards.
Come out in an I formation. They might have an up back over there too. And it's going to be Robinson and maybe a yard.
Kevin Robinson on the carry for the Riders.
Tackle made by 5, Hatfield.
9 for the Riders.
Yeah, not.
I think Norsworthy may have been in all that too.
Again, we no misdirection, which I saw a lot of on tape.
Right. 2nd and 9 for the Riders, and now they've gone to like a modified power I with that up back. And it's going to be rolling out. He's under pressure, and he's going to be sacked. And we're going to get a whistle. Sacked by number 33,
Wharton.
Noah Wharton.
Got that off. He was going to take a big loss.
For a while, there was a delay on the whistle. And then finally, somebody blew it dead.
So they've thrown twice already. And he has some. There's a
incomplete pass. They got to bring the ball back to the line of scrimmage. So 3rd and 9 for the Riders. So far in this game, the Riders have 2 yards in two series. That's a handoff to Robinson. He's got nowhere to go.
Nowhere.
No gain on the play. That brings up a 4th and 9. So after 6 plays, Caesar Rodney has gained 2 yards.
Stopped in there by Peyton Willie, 51, and 5, Trey Hatfield.
So Delgado on the punt. He got pressured the last time on a low snap.
Yes.
Let's see if the Ravens come after it again.
Yep, they have 10 people up.
And here they come. High snap this time. And he's able to get it off. He got bumped into, but not enough to draw a call. So the Ravens will take over 1st and 10, and it looks like it's going to be around their own 46-yard line, where they'll take over 1st and 10.
First down and 10, Sussex Tech.
Flip sides again. Great field position for the Ravens. 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line. And that's Norsworthy again, and he's going to pick up about 8-9 first down.
Still going.
And that's another SC Doyle first down. Norsworthy, he came as advertised like we said in the pregame.
Jordan Allen and the host of Riders combined on the tackle. 11-yard gain on the play for Sussex Tech. Brings up 1st down and 10 for the Ravens at the Caesar Rodney.
Robinson in there, 63, who got onto the field late, but got in the hunt.
Second man through. Tackle missed in the backfield, but number 44 is going to bring him to the ground, Elijah Green.
Jordan Allen and Donovan Barnthal combined.
His first stop.
For the Riders.
Gain of 2 on the play.
Brings up 2nd down and 8.
And we'll have a 2nd and 8.
At the Rider 40-yard line.
I formation, little pistol with an eye, and he's going to.
Oh, they have a receiver wide open.
That's number 80.
Wide open.
Grant Lamers, and that's a touchdown for the Ravens. And he got back behind the secondary. Undetected.
There's no one within 15 yards of him.
Looked like a little drag route.
Yeah, and he had depth. There was just the little bit of play action really held the secondary.
The kick is up. It's good. 14-0 Ravens. Tack, we're going to take a timeout. We'll be right back with more first quarter action. Your score at the midway point of the first quarter. Sussex Tech 14, Caesar Rodney 0.
Mr. Italian began his career in home finance in 2002 as a mortgage consultant. Since 2002, Brian has helped over 1,000 home buyers achieve their dreams of owning a home. Brian's knowledge of current market conditions and his detailed evaluation of buyers' finances ensures that each buyer will receive the best mortgage to fit their needs. Brian is often commended on how efficient and effortless he makes the mortgage process for everyone from first-time home buyers to investors to experienced buyers. For the loan that fits you, contact Brian today. Mr. Italian.
Welcome back to Caesar Rodney High School, where this crowd has gone quiet with 3:48 to play. Sussex Tech in the first, or 3:48 to play in the first quarter. Sussex Tech up 14-0. They've done it through the air and on the ground.
Yeah, we talked in pregame about they had the ability to be able to throw in a great play action fake that time, and Grant Lemire's comes up with a 40-yard score.
This kick's a little bit deeper. Going to take it to about the 10, and he's going to step out of bounds inside the 10 at about the 9. Got to let that one go, young man.
When it goes a little rough, it goes rough.
I say when it rains, it pours. Right?
Yep.
9-yard line. It'll be first down and 10 for the Riders.
Got to know where you're at on the field. So first and 10 at their own 9. So not only have they not been able to move the ball, they've not even had any decent field position yet.
No, that was going to go out.
Right, that gets you the ball to 35.
I don't know. I'm starting to lean my pest. I'm starting to think kickers.
Yeah, tell me about it.
2 onsiders that were tough, and now another one.
So first and 10 for the Riders. Motion coming to the near side, and get you right to that.
They shifted. Yep, they shifted. Here's
Jordan Allen. And he's going to pick up about 5 on the play, making a 2nd and 5. But he was hit right at the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
Noah
Wharton
at their own 14-yard line.
Chase that thing down.
2nd and 5 for the Riders. And there's your first sign of misdirection there.
Yes.
From the Riders Tech.
And a nice game.
Blue Raiders trying to get back to the playoffs.
Slot to the far side of the field. And now they're going to flood that side. And it's going to be up the middle with Robinson.
There's the trap.
He's down to the 30, inside the 20.
Oh, he knocked it out. He knocked it out.
Big run by Robinson. For the Ravens to get the benefit, they get the fumble. And we have an injury, which I believe is Robinson. I believe that was 33, wasn't it, on that tackle? Was that Wharton?
I thought 5 was chasing him down.
Just didn't touch the football.
And he's down on the field. They're tending to go down.
Looking at his leg. So
That was a great trap block.
great trap, big game, and just coming behind, gets the tackle and the fumble.
Talk about a young man who wanted to make a play, and
You're gone, and it's there. So
Hatfield, I think, is the one that chased him down.
He is going to be able to get up and see if he can walk off. He's got a little limp to him. And that's not good for Caesar Rodney Riders either if Kevin Robinson can't go.
No, he's a weapon.
Looked like he was holding his right leg, and that would have been about the side that he tackled him on, so maybe kind of like rolling up on somebody, got to the back of the leg.
That game as Lake Forest finally went to the hand.
But Tech making their own break.
They have the ball at their own 6-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Ravens. And that's Norsworthy, breaks outside, steps over a tackle, and goes out of bounds. Run out of bounds by number 6, Burke. He gets it out across the 30-yard line.
Nice run.
Down to nice 32.
Nice step over.
at their own 32-yard line.
But there you go now from could have been 14-7 to Tech moving the ball again.
First and 10 for the Ravens. Again, here they come shifting to this left side. And here comes that same
on
play.
Balance.
Norsworthy again has a big hole. He's hit by number 23, Jalon Patton, after a gain of about 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They went unbalanced, then pulled Argo, the big guard, back just sat there, waited for the trap to develop. So, and I do not think that Caesar Rodney slid over with the unbalance. So they're a man and a half at least short.
And we got time on the field. I don't know if it's equipment. 23 coming off. It's the man that made the tackle, Patton. And on comes number 7, Scotty Flowers. The ball back in play. 2nd and 8. And Snyder's going to roll out. There's a flag on the play. Finds, was that Norsworthy? Yes, it is, but we have a flag back in the backfield. Probably holding.
Probably a hold.
That's going to mark it back 10, and then how far back from the line was the hold is next.
Yep. From where it hurts you the most.
Flag down on the field. It was for holding.
2 weeks ago, we saw him kept running to his left. He couldn't set up, couldn't throw the football.
Somebody should have a spot back. He put it back down. Okay.
Back on the 35. So that hurts even more.
Yep.
That basically makes it a 15-yard penalty.
Yep.
Sparta has scored, so maybe the ejection of their head coach is fired them up.
So gain of no gain on the play as we mark it off. So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 17.
Makes it 2nd down and 17
for the Ravens.
The Ravens at their own 25-yard line.
And ball back on their 25. And there's that trap again with Norsworthy, and there's a big hole in there. I mean, he's running through untouched. He doesn't get touched for 8 yards.
Yeah, they are just.
Burke makes the
Burke
tackle.
Again, he's way too busy. That's his 4th stop, but they're coming right at them, and they're running behind the big guard.
At their own 37-yard line.
It'll be 3rd and, call it 6, or 3rd and 5 for the Ravens.
Let's see if they run that ladder.
I'm getting some information about the Sparta game.
Norsworthy has the first down, takes it out near cross midfield, breaks the tackle.
He is running hard.
That brings up another S.E. Doyle first down, and we have another Rider player injured.
Ira Farrell on the tackle for the
And we do not have him on the list, number 22. And he has been busy.
The last couple of drives without Penn State commit lineman Salim Wormley, who was on the trainer's table. That might be whatever happened there, where he got injured and sent to the sidelines. That might have.
So we have kind of a first down, but ball at the 45.
Speculation purely, I don't have that information in front of me. Still looking at the injured player down on the field.
Trainer talking to the injured player.
Earlier, the Riders had.
He was up on his knees earlier, and
I've been watching Robinson down here on the bench and talking to a trainer or doctor, but he is upright, but it doesn't look like he's ready to come back in.
54 seconds to go in the first quarter. The Ravens on the move.
couple updated scores. Still Dover 22-0 over Smyrna. Milford Buccaneers get another one. They're up 21-0 over Cape Henlopen. And they will walk
looks a little wobbly.
Yeah, like more like took a shot maybe. So we have 54 seconds to go here in the first quarter with the Ravens leading 14-0, and they have the ball, and they're back in Caesar Rodney territory at the 45, 1st and 10. And here we see that pistol eye again. Motion goes to the far side. And he's going to roll out to the right. Looks downfield. He has a man open over his head, overthrown. It's going to bring up a second down.
They pull the big guard out to get the end, and it really gives them a great sprint out alley, and there were two people open.
2nd and 10 at the 45, the Caesar Rodney 45. And it's going to be the trap again, but this time Norsworthy wrapped up by Burke. And Burke throws him to the turf. Burke came in hard off that edge and made the tackle.
Very active, his 5th stop of the evening.
3rd and 12 for Sussex Tech. And we said coming into the pregame, they are a threat just by the style of play.
Yep.
For the Riders, I think they're going to let the clock run out here in the first quarter. And that'll be the end of the first quarter, folks. We're going to take a timeout with them. Your score at the end of the first quarter, the Sussex Tech Ravens 14, the Caesar Rodney Riders 0.
The Hadley Group is your local real estate resource. Brian Hadley joined Patterson Schwartz & Associates in 2005. In 2013, Nicole Flora joined Brian, followed by Emma Burnett and Grant Jepp in 2014. That's when the Hadley Group was formed. Patterson Schwartz Associates offer you exceptional knowledge of local market conditions and a commitment to represent you honestly and professionally. So for your next purchase or sale, think the Hadley Group. Visit our website at thehadleygroupre.com.
Dover Federal on 60 years in business in Delaware. You've been by our side since our doors opened.
Thank you so much for giving me a call on so many years ago when I had no credit.
You helped our business grow into what it is today.
As a military family, thank you for supporting the financial needs of servicemen and their loved ones.
Happy anniversary, Dover Federal Credit Union.
Happy anniversary, Dover Federal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Local people, local decisions.
And welcome back to Caesar Rodney High School here in Camden, Delaware, and Ravens right back on it. First play of the third quarter. They're on space a 3rd and 12. And they try to run sweep, cuts it inside, breaks the tackle. He's going to have a first down. That was number 3, Kevin Custis. And he's going to have a first down.
Chris Evans on the tackle for the Riders. Result of the play is a first.
So that's another S.E. Doyle first down for the Ravens.
There's just an extra kick in their step. I mean, these kids are really reaching for extra yardage. They're not going down easy.
Ball at the 35-yard line, so he just did get that first down. There's a shift to the left, and it's going to be Norsworthy off the left side again. Tacky hasn't been touched, and he's 10 yards down the field. And he's got another first down.
They are not.
And they go out of bounds.
They're not shifting over, Benny. They're not.
First down, S.C. Doyle, general contractor, your one-stop shop for all your construction needs. Need a new kitchen? Call S.C. Doyle.
It'll be first down and 10 for Sussex Tech at the
on the stop
22-yard
for
line.
87, Patrick Jaleef.
First and 10, ball at the 22-yard line for the Ravens. And there you go. There's your shift again. And you're right. The Riders are not shifting over to it, and they're going to come back that side with Sneed. He's going to be close to a first down. He's going to be about a yard short. Gain of 9 on the play for Sneed. And Caesar Rodney's somebody. They got to make an adjustment.
They have to make an adjustment. They're an easy man short, man and a half.
8 on the play brings up second down and 2 for the Ravens at the Caesar Rodney.
A gain of 9 on the play brings up a second and a long 1. And we are in the red zone, the LASHER'S barbecue red zone.
The shift caused the movement.
So that's going to be an automatic first down here in the red zone. Another S.C. Doyle first down. And look, Tech's earning enough first downs. You can't give them any. especially down this close to the
It'll be first down
goal to the end zone. Ball inside the 10 at about the, call it the 8.
A lot of lines down there.
Yeah, some soccer, some lacrosse.
Hockey, they got a little bit of everything here.
Tight end shifts back over. And they're going to come right back to that side with Norsworthy. But this time he's wrapped up at about the 7. Maybe no gain.
Burke again.
Will Burke on the tackle for the Riders.
So no gain on a first and goal. Now second and goal from the 8.
He tried to jump outside, and I think the lead back had a good path for him. But they're making everything out of the unbalanced line right now.
Second down and goal from the 8-yard line for the Ravens.
Second and goal from the 8. Early second quarter action. Ravens lead 14-0. And he's rolling out to the
right. He can make it in.
Pressure. And he's going to be wrapped up and taken out bounds by number 87, Patrick Jaleef. Gain of maybe 1 on the play.
That's his second stop in this series. I thought he would make it the end zone, and Jaleef ran him down.
One key upstate score here on the Barclay Heating and Air scoreboard. DMA leads St. Mark's 6-0. Third and goal here for Sussex Tech. Ball at the 7, so gain of 1. As they're saying, he did not get out of bounds. There's going to be a toss to Norsworthy. And he tries to get around the left side.
Nice cut.
He was hit at the end zone, but goes in. Touchdown by Norsworthy.
You know what they did? They lined up in the unbalance that time. They didn't shift over. They did it ahead of time.
So 8:52 to go. Sussex Tech strikes again. And they now lead 20-0. And this is a game that I thought favored Caesar Rodney coming in. And
yeah, I did. And I mean, I had watched a ton of tape on these two teams and was given the edge of Caesar Rodney. So, again, play the game.
That's right.
And you can just see Tech does not look like the same group that I saw in film. There's such an extra effort. So,
folks, we're going to take a timeout with 8:52 to go in the half. Sussex Tech Ravens 21, Caesar Rodney Riders 0. We'll be right back.
Unique Image opened for business in Wilmington, Delaware in 1979 with one focus, wowing our customers with great products and even greater customer service. 30 years later, we are still doing exactly that. Whether you're looking for marketing tools to promote your business, gifts for your employees or clients, or planning a special event, we're here with the voice of experience to help you every step of the way for your complete satisfaction. Visit our new showroom in the Mill Creek Shopping Center, 4577 Kirkwood Highway. Unique Image, you envision, we create.
And welcome back to Camden, Delaware, with Benny Mitchell and Jim Tack here on the 302 Sports Network. Update score in Smyrna. The Eagles score. They now trail Dover 22-8. So Smyrna, both teams playing for their playoff life. Dover in a little better position right now than Smyrna is, with already 3 losses. And here's the kick, and it's going to be down into about the 10-yard line. And that's number 23, Jalon Patton, and he's got nowhere to go. Jalon Patton gets the ball out to about the 16-yard line, 1st and 10.
Stopped by Ellensworth, 20, and Locklear, number 10.
So with St. Mark's, they're trailing DMA right now, and they host Woodbridge next week, who is, from the last we heard, putting on an offensive clinic up in Felton, or from here down in Felton. 1st and 10 for the Riders.
They're unbalanced.
And now he's going to roll out, short pass, has a man open, and he's going to go out of bounds. I believe that was number 3, Custis, to push them out, and number 11, Allen, on the catch. Gain of 5 on the play, brings them a 2nd and 5.
At their own 21-yard line.
loosen up this defense because you complete that slant.
2nd and 5 for the Riders at their own 20.
Again, men over.
Far side of the field, which also the short side.
And they're going to that side. That's Jackson Raw. He's got a first down. That's the SC throw first down. So obviously he's filling in for Robinson, who's still sitting on the bench with ice on his knee.
Stopped by Noseworthy.
That's their first down tonight, Tack.
Yes. The unbalanced line seems to be the taste of the evening.
Right.
Both squads here tonight.
1st and 10 at their own 20, call it 28.
Back to balance.
And Ravens have to call timeout. They got a guy late getting on the field. Didn't want to get that big 15 yards. So we're going to take this timeout with them, folks. Your score 21-0, Sussex Tech.
The Director of Events at Baywood Greens. Planning a wedding is an exciting and wonderful time. Let us help you make it great. Our experienced team of hospitality professionals coordinate and execute every detail to provide a stress-free experience so you can focus on the moment. From food to flowers, we prepare everything on site, tailored to your vision. Let Baywood Greens transform your next event to a memorable experience.
And welcome back to Camden. 21-0. Sussex Tech, the Ravens lead. Tack, thoughts so far?
I'm just shocked that there's been no adjustment by Caesar Rodney to the unbalanced line. The attack of Tech has been something special. It's straight ahead, it's quick, but there's a lot of extra effort that you just can't describe. But tonight they're running harder.
1st and 10 for the Riders. Full house backfield. And he's dropped back again. Love throws, has a man open downfield. No flag. Wow. I thought one had the arm out and kind of pulled him to the turf, but I could be wrong. That was number 30 on it was the target, Austin Grettencourt. Brings up a 2nd and 10. Dover scores and gets the 2-point conversion. They now lead Smyrna 30-8. 2nd and 10 for the Riders. And 2nd 10, 3rd and 10, not where they want to be, Tack.
No, they're going to need to get one in here before half.
There's a tall pitch out to the right to Allen. He's wrapped up immediately. Try to see who that first guy was. Was that Hatfield?
I think it may have been Wharton, 33, or was he the second man?
I think he was the second man there.
Yeah.
It was 5 Hatfield, first one on the 10.
5 Hatfield. And that time they were up in a
loss of 2.
An eight-man front. They're playing a 6-2.
Right.
And challenging them to throw the ball.
Yeah, at 6-2 will open up your off tackles, but not for much. I mean,
no.
Down by 3 scores, you're not going to make a living at it. High snap, handoff to 34 Jackson Raw, and he's got nowhere to go. And that's going to bring up a 4th and 12 for the Riders. So, talking to the CR staff earlier in the year, this is kind of what happened to them with St. George's. The offense couldn't get it going, and the defense stays on the field too long. And next thing you know, St. George's puts it on them, and what Sussex Tech is doing tonight.
Tech has some large bodies in their front 4, and then the linebackers will line up over the ends.
Norsworthy back to return. Delgado, the punter, and he's at a high snap and a low snap.
Standing just outside his 10-yard line. Waiting snap.
And this time he gets a good snap, and he gets off a boomer. And he's going to get not much of a bounce, but I think you can kind of see why he was an all-conference punter last, second-team all-conference.
Yeah.
He put the foot into that one.
Kept it away from the return man.
Right, 6:32 to go, 21-0, and Sussex Tech has the ball again. 1st and 10 at their own 39.
Yep. Caesar Rodney at this point needs to get a stop and flip the field, get themselves in good field position.
First and 10 for the Ravens. And it's going to be a counter, sniffed out. That was number, it gets up. Is that Burke? No, that was number 2. 2. Kennedy. He sniffed that out right away, but he comes up, holding his left arm. Maybe got a little stinger there. Loss of 3 on the play.
Did a nice job.
And he just followed that counter back in there. He came from this end. 2nd and 13. And here comes the option, kind of an early pitch, but Norsworthy makes a cut. Well, that's Hatfield. A big hit by Burke, but he's got a first down. And the ball inside Caesar Rodney territory. And that's another S.E. Doyle first down. When I saw that pitch, I thought, wow, that's an early pitch, but Hatfield able to make people miss.
It's a nice dive option series. The dive fake really pulls the linebackers in. And enough of not a block in the back, but just enough of a shield block out here in the edge to give him the room he needed.
1st and 10 for the Ravens. And that's going to be Norsworthy right side, cuts it back to the left. He's got another first down.
Great lead block, and the minute he gets past the line of scrimmage, he starts on a search mission to bounce out. It looks like they're going to go on a no-huddle series.
First down on the play, brings up 1st and 10 for the Ravens.
So no huddle. That's Norsworthy. He's going to be tackled after a gain of about 2.
Down on the tackle for the Ravens.
Allen and number 87, Patrick Jalief. And now they go back to the huddle.
2 on the play. 2nd down and
where they have a 2nd and 8.
At the Riders 30-yard line.
Coach Quillen, he came in here with a game plan tack.
Yep.
And so far,
great plan.
The players have executed it.
There they go. Back to their bread and butter.
There was a little shift that time by the Riders. Hatfield makes a guy miss, and he's going to be close to the first down. Steps out of a tackle, and he's going to be inside the 20, where we have another S.C. Doyle first down.
And another.
In the red zone, LASHER'S Barbecue red zone report.
Scotty Flowers.
They're not adjusting again.
For the Ravens.
Well, it looked like the one end move, but that was it.
No. Number 7, Scotty Flowers on the tackle.
Ravens sticking with that full house backfield. It's worked all night. It's going to be up the middle with Norsworthy. Stops in the hole, picks up about 2 or 3 on the carry. Burke and 34 Jackson Raw on the tackle.
Burke combined on the tackle for the Riders.
I would imagine this Rider defense starting to get tired, Tack.
Yeah, and we keep saying Burke's name. His 8th tackle in the first half.
16-yard line.
I think he averages about 6 or 7 a game. 2nd and 7 for the Ravens. There's that shift again.
And the pull.
And that's number 1.
There it is.
He's at the touchdown. Or they're going to say he stepped out.
Ball him in.
He's in. Touchdown, Sussex Tech. They go up 27-0.
They ran an off-tackle power, shifted over, then pulled big number 70, Argo.
Wow.
And that was it.
On the kick, number 30, Caleb Locklear. Their hold, Sneed on the hold. And this kid, he's got a strong foot. Gets it up again. He kicks him deep through the end zone, almost to the track. 28-0 with 3:21 to play. So if you're Coach Candelora right now, Tack, what are you preparing in your
halftime talk? Play for respectability.
Right.
Try to work your way back into it. They got to try to make something positive happen here in 3:21. But I just think it's been the extra effort
of the running backs.
Of the running backs. I mean, Noseworthy, and then they put Sneed in for some speed on the outside power sweep. Great job.
You got to wonder where this offense has been the last 3 weeks. They're up against, statistically, a really good Caesar Rodney defense, and they're making it look like nothing, But they get shut out by Sussex Central. How good Sussex Central? They shut these guys out.
Yeah. That's again the tape that I watched. This does not look like the same team. So my hats off to the staff and players at Tech for really being prepared. And I'll tell you what, the kicker for Tech,
he's a heck of a game.
Locklear he puts that thing in a rough spot down around the 15 in the corner, and then he goes back to kind of
and Burke's going to pick that one up. Hits, spins, gets that across the 40, out across the 45. So 3:15 to go, and the Riders, they're going to have their best field position of the night. 1st and 10 at their own 45. So, Tech, let's get back to that last DMA St. Mark's score we had. St. Mark's down 7-0, and they got what looks to be a under control Woodbridge team coming in next week to Pike Creek. Yeah, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I like Woodbridge. I really do. I think they're just getting better in a sense of they're controlling themselves with the penalties, and the effort's always there. Like I said, we saw them against some pretty good teams that have had 3 touchdowns called back at times.
Here comes a counter, and that's number 2. Manny Kennedy, but he's going to go out of bounds with a gain of, call it 6.
Williams on the stop.
Updated score down in Lewis. The Bucks trying to spoil the homecoming. They're up 24-0. Milford a win here tonight, and they get themselves in a position where they're back in the hunt for a playoff spot with 3 losses and a big Division I win.
Yeah, they are bringing things together here. Slow start for some people.
I formation for the Riders, 2nd and 5, and it's going to be Jackson Raw, the fullback, and he's going to get up close to the first down, and I don't think he's going to get it. He's going to be about half a yard short. That was Shermer in on that tackle.
He is a big one, folks.
He is the heavyweight on the Sussex Tech wrestling team.
Well, I love wrestlers that play football. I was very fortunate. I made a living on that. Right. they just play harder.
3rd and inches for the Riders, I formation. And it's going to be Love on the quarterback sneak.
I don't think he got it.
I don't think he did either.
They could not move those people out of there.
Well, the one ref,
and then
if he gets the left foot spot, he's got a first down. But they're going to say 4th down.
4th down, and Willie came around from the outside then, 51, to put him to finish it. But you're talking before. You and I have talked in the openers about Woodbridge and the talent and the speed they have. They can throw the ball. It was the penalty, self-destruction.
Another 4th and inches. And this time Love, he gets it this time.
Probably going to get it.
James Love on the quarterback keeper.
Now 33's running down the field. Now Warden with the ball. So they're going to say his momentum was stopped, and it's a first down. And they signal first down, so that's another SC Doyle first down. Hey, we got it, Week 10 Tech. That Del Bar team, we saw how disciplined.
That is going to be a game.
That is going to be, I can't wait till.
Get there early, folks.
Yeah. Timeout for the Ravens. Coach Quillen is excited about something.
We would like to thank our feature sponsor, Premier Physical Therapy and Sports Performance.
Coach Mark Quillen, I like to refer to him as the Energizer Bunny of the Henley Conference coaches. Boy, he is high energy all the time. After their practice, and he kind of wore me out just trying to follow him around and talk to him.
Access to excellence at Premier
Minute 33 to go.
Sports Performance. And as a reminder, at halftime tonight, there's a very special.
I think what he was questioning was we've talked about this before with the referees crew. They're blowing the whistle, they're running the play, and the chain crew hasn't budged.
They have not moved. Yep.
And it's not the first time we've seen that this year. And I think that's what he kept pointing back to the chains. So he has to burn a timeout for that. Riders coming in off the timeout, 1st and 10 at the Sussex Tech 45. Coming up at halftime, folks, I have an interview with Bob Baran, the athletic director here at Caesar Rodney High School. And he's going to talk about the new facilities, this new turf field. And they go to the shotgun. There's a counter.
Nice play.
Cuts it back in, but he's going to go knee down short. That was number 11, Jordan Allen.
Custis, number 3 on the stop. It would be huge
to get a score here,
for CR to get in at this point.
2nd and less than 1. Now he has the
there we go. Not a pick. But the outside receiver went out, just got in his way a little bit.
Well, as the offensive coach, you said, I mean, he was trying to go through him.
That's right.
Back to the shotgun of the Riders, and he's looking down the middle of the field. That's going to be picked off at about 4 by Sneed. And he's got some running room down the right side, and it's going to be a shoelace tackle by Love, the quarterback. So the Riders had it moving. Number 80, Christian Allen, felt like he was open. So the Ravens take over on the turnover. 1st and 10, they lead 28-0. And hey, they're only a score away from putting this thing on the running clock and ending it quick.
Yep. A nice interception, a center field play.
So the Riders are going to take time out with 49 seconds left. Pack will take one with them, folks. We'll be right back.
I'm Sarah, the Director of Events at Baywood Greens. Planning a wedding is an exciting and wonderful time. Let us help you make it great. Our experienced team of hospitality professionals coordinate and execute every detail to provide a stress-free experience so you can focus on the moment. From food to flowers, we prepare everything on site, tailored to your vision. Let Baywood Greens transform your next event to a memorable experience. I'm Sarah, the Director of Events at Baywood Greens.
So welcome back. So you know what they say about turnovers? They always come back to hurt you, Tack, and that's two tonight for the Riders. One looked like they're going in for a touchdown and hit from behind and fumbles, and then the pick.
Yeah, the long run that was stopped, and now the pick. 2 that were on their way in. So Sussex Tech playing lights out tonight.
Yeah, you're right. So after the Caesar Rodney timeout, both teams back. And we've got 2 by 2 there, Tack with a.
12 men on the field. They got 12.
Penalty flag is thrown.
Keep running. Keep going. Just check it.
Goes to the far side and just throws it away.
And throws it away.
And the Sussex Tech pass is incomplete, but there is a penalty
Flag on the play. Looks like it's going to be
field.
against illegal participation. So apparently too many men on the field coming out off a timeout.
And the penalty is too many men on the field for the Riders.
The 12 players on the field. I think that's a 15-yarder because the play got off, right? No, they're going to mark it off 5.
There's a 5-yard penalty.
40 seconds to go. 1st and 5
at
for the Ravens.
35-yard line.
They're in cover 3. Nope, they're not. They're in quarters.
Quick pitch there to Norsworthy. And he's able to break a tackle, get it out across the 40. And that's enough for a 1st down as he goes out of bounds and stops the clock. And that's another S.C. Doyle 1st down. And Norsworthy having a game. I can't wait to see the halftime stats by Dave Marvel. At halftime, we'll have the Arena Deli halftime stats. And I have a feeling they're going to be a little lopsided, Tack.
Yeah. Jordan Allen on the stop. It will be anxious to see those stats.
1st and 10 for the Ravens. Low snap. And he's looking to pass. Throws it out. Down by Burke.
And the pass is incomplete.
He actually knocked that down before it got to half field.
Yeah, Burke playing,
at their own 40-yard line.
tip pass. He's had 8 tackles already.
Burke's having a player of the game performance, and he's losing before.
And he's losing.
Yeah.
Yep.
2nd and 10 for the Ravens. Again, coming up at halftime, Bob Ron, athletic director here at Caesar Rodney, and also we'll have our SODEL in sports. We're going to meet one of the athletes in the SODEL Concepts family and talk about how sports and work and life go together. Each week we have a segment from SODEL Concepts. They are our main sponsor of all our live streams in downstate Delaware, and we have a whistle and timeout for the Ravens. So we're going to take a timeout with them, folks. 28-0 Sussex Tech. We'll be right back.
If you missed any of them, check it out at SODELConcepts.com. See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from SODEL Concepts. It's off-season at the beach. That means great specials throughout all of our restaurants. Come check it out. Catch 54 in Fenwick Island, Northeast Seafood Kitchen in Ocean View, Delaware, Blue Coast Seafood Grill and Raw Bar in North Bethany, Matt's Fish Camp in North Bethany, Lupo Italian Kitchen in Rehoboth Beach, Blue Coast Seafood Grill and Raw Bar in Rehoboth Beach, the Clubhouse at Baywood on Long Neck, Matt's Fish Camp in Lewis, Delaware, and Fish On in the Villages of 5 Points. If you missed any of them, check it out at SODELConcepts.com. See you soon.
And welcome back to Caesar Rodney High School here on the 302 Sports Network. Benny Mitchell here with Jim Tack, our cameraman tonight, Trey Mitchell, and on the stats, Dave Marvel. Bringing our scores in for the out-of-town Barclay Heating Air out-of-town scoreboard, Kristen Mitchell back in Lewis. And our producer up in Wilmington, Nick Hadley. I guess they're actually in Newark tonight over at Pike Creek and covering the St. Mark's.
Dave Marvel may need another pencil after this first half.
And a calculator. Play action. He's rolling to the far side to the left, and he's just got to go out of bounds. With about 19 seconds left. You got about 5 on the play. Caesar Rodney played soft drop back, a little bit of a prevent.
5 on the play brings up 3rd down and 5 for the Ravens at their own 45-yard line.
3rd and 5 for the Ravens.
Any of the receivers, they were just kind of jogging through the motion.
17 seconds ago.
Took a timeout to set up that.
Yeah, I think they're really just trying to move the football over to that side of the field so he can roll to his right and throw the football.
Quiet on this side of the stadium, Tack. I think people
are
in shock.
They're in shock.
That's up the middle. Norsworthy, he's got enough for a first down. That's another SC Doyle first down. That's another stat I want to say. Ravens out of timeout, so they got to hurry to the ball. Because how many first downs they've had?
For the Ravens at the Caesar Rodney 45-yard line.
And that's Custis this time. And he has another first down.
I'll tell you who we haven't talked about. The quarterback, Chase Snyder.
Yeah.
He has not. Maybe one mistake, but if he's made any at all.
I don't think they got that snap off in time. That's at the end of the quarter. So, folks, at the end of the first half, it's the Sussex Tech Ravens 28, the Caesar Rodney Riders 0. Folks, we'll be right back with our SODEL Concepts halftime report.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from SODEL Concepts.
And I'm Ronnie Burkle from Papa Grande's.
Come visit us at Papa Grande's in beautiful Fenwick Island, Delaware. See you soon.
At Papa Grande's, we serve fresh, authentic Mexican food with specialties like blackened fish tacos and short rib cheesesteak burritos. We have great nightly specials throughout the second season and serve the best happy hour at the coolest bar every day year-round. We are open 7 days a week, all year long.
Papa Grande's overlooking the water in beautiful Fenwick Island, Delaware. Come check us out. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer, right here on the Culinary Coast in southern Delaware, and we'd love to see you at one of our locations. Fish On in Lewis in the Villages of 5 Points. Lupo Italian Kitchen on Rehoboth Avenue in downtown Rehoboth, serving homemade pasta. Papa Grande's in downtown Rehoboth. Our treetop deck has the best happy hour around. And Matt's Fish Camp, located on Route 1 in North Bethany Beach, your classic seafood shack. At SODEL, we believe in beautiful, simple food and making the world a better place. See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer of SODEL Concepts. We have 8 locations, a catering company and a food truck, right here on the Culinary Coast in southern Delaware. And
here with another edition of SODEL in Sport. Today I'm here with Scott Kammerer. Scott is our fearless leader. He is the president of SODEL Concepts. Scott, can you tell everyone a little bit about what you do here?
thanks for having me, Nelia. So I'm the president of the company. So I do a lot of public relations. I help make decisions on the where we're going to go, what we're going to open, and I set a lot of policies. And basically, I feel like I'm the leader of the company, and I help set the direction for how we can be successful in the future.
Okay, great. And so Scott was a big athlete in high school and college. He was really involved in wrestling. Scott, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure, yeah. So I was a New Jersey wrestling state champ. I'm in the New Jersey Wrestling Hall of Fame. I wrestled in college. I was a multiple-time All-American growing up through the years. I was actually, I won 2 matches my freshman year. I was 500 my sophomore year. And then my junior and senior year, I had a really good run. And because of those accomplishments, I was elected to New Jersey Wrestling Hall of Fame. And wrestling really changed my life. I was one of those kids that really didn't have a lot of direction, and the principal told me I can go to detention every day or I could go to wrestling practice. And I was one of those people that I devoted my whole life to wrestling. I wrote out a plan. I practiced really day and night. I would stay late, I would get up early, and I went to any means necessary to be a champion. So that's kind of what my high school career was.
And so can you talk a little bit about having that experience and that mindset has helped you in what you're doing now?
Sure. I was also a football player in high school, and I was an All-American high school football player. I was Player of the Year in New Jersey, and the dedication that it takes to be part of a team, to be a cog in the machine, to be part of something that was really successful. I played on a couple nationally ranked teams, and I feel like those lessons come through today. We always deal with adversity here at SODEL Concepts. We always have setbacks, but we always fight hard, we always train hard, and we're always looking for a better day. And I feel sports is almost exactly what we're doing. I feel like sometimes I'm the coach of a team, and when it comes to SODEL Concepts and the restaurants, we've been fortunate enough to win a lot of awards. So a lot of what we do is try and stay on top and stay relevant and stay important. So I feel that sports is really the biggest correlation between what we're doing today and what I did all through my high school and college career.
I think like it really is a testimony to the company that we do have so many former athletes here. It's just those kinds of people kind of come together later on. And
yeah, I feel like athletes get it, and football players get it, wrestlers get it, and all the athletes that we've been with over the years, they really understand what it is to be part of a team. It's not about who you are.
Right, it's not about you.
And I think that people realize the sacrifice that it takes to be successful. I think anybody can want to be great, but those who have the will to prepare and those that persevere and don't give up, those are the ones that are successful. And I think that's one of the things that we have going for us at SODEL Concepts.
All right, great. Thanks so much, Scott, for talking to us today. Neely Dolan, SODEL in Sports. Thanks for watching, and keep playing.
Thanks.
Welcome to 302 Sports. Benny Mitchell here with Caesar Rodney, Athletic Director Bob Braun, and we're going to talk a little bit about the major capital undertaking that Caesar Rodney undertook this summer and fall. So, Bob, talk a little bit about the upgrades that you did here of the athletic complex and that you just reopened last week.
Mm-hmm. Well, first, thanks for having me. Over the last couple of years, you know, we've really been looking at some major renovations that we've been wanting to have take place here at the high school, and we finally have them all come into, you know, some pictures and things. So the number one thing that we got done is we added artificial turf. We have 2 brand new turf fields that went in. We also have a new track that went in around the stadium. We have brand new lights, Musco lighting, which is a really nice feature to have. Everything now is controlled through a mobile device where you can log in and turn your lights on and off, which is pretty neat. We're getting some new camera systems installed so we can be able to video and live stream some more of our games. We also have on the side field going on, we have the addition of that second turf field. We have new press box, bleachers that can accommodate about close to 800 fans in there. In our gymnasium, we had brand new floors that got resurfaced this summer. They got repainted, so they were stripped down and taken care of. We also upgraded all of our backboards, so we got rid of the old moon-shaped backboards and got some glass backboards. So we have a total of 6 brand new backboards in there as well. So upgrades are coming, and it's definitely nice to see these changes.
Now, this came through, of course, a referendum. So how long from the referendum being voted in favor of to homecoming did it take to get this upgrade done?
Yeah, we passed this referendum in 2015. It was actually, we went to vote Rider Pride Day in 2015. I thought that'd be a good time for the community when we're recognizing all the great things that our school and our district does. And it did pass. So we're talking three full years up until we finally put all of the bids out and got the right contractors on, and I mean, we officially started. We broke ground the day after graduation. So we started that June 3rd. So that was the shovel in the ground. They were ready to go on a Sunday. So from June 3rd right up until now, it was a quick turnaround for some of those renovations.
So you're one of the few Huntington Conference schools that has both male stadiums and female stadiums. It's kind of unique. Not a lot of teams have the amount of property that you have here at Caesar Rodney. Talk about the importance of being able for the girls to have their own stadium complex.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, we are going to put some boys soccer games as well on that field. But yeah, the girls are super excited. I mean, I've asked all the coaches and the athletes, the female athletes, and they're just super excited to finally be playing on a field that doesn't have football lines on it. So they have their own field, their own line, so that we're not calling it the women's complex. We're going to call it the auxiliary field, where we'll put field hockey, girls lacrosse, and soccer. So boys and girls will both get chances to play on it. And the field's a little bit larger as well than you would as a normal stadium with the track around it. So you're going to get a bigger surface, as well as the surface itself is different. So the field that we have for the women, we're calling it the auxiliary field, is a faster paced versus the big stadium, which is a slower, more impact related for football and lacrosse.
Other than being road warriors for the first 5 weeks of fall season, talk a little bit about the sacrifices that the coaches and student athletes, and obviously yourself, undertook to get there while this work was getting done.
Well, while I have the chance here, I want to thank a couple organizations. First, DE Turf Sports Complex down there in Frederica was great, as well as Kent County Boys and Girls Club around the corner, Mike Rigby. Without those two facilities, basically from August 15th until October 16th or so, it would have been real tough. So those two companies really helped us out. We practiced, played. We had all of our JV and freshman games at the Boys and Girls Club around the corner from here. Soccer and field hockey played all their games down at DE Turf. And they were all just great, hospitality people for us, and offered their arms out and said, as much time as you need to come down here until your stadium's done. As far as practices here on campus went, our boys soccer team is currently practicing behind the district office. So our team had to sacrifice their practice field as we're doing, some other renovations around here as well. So everybody had some type of sacrifice for the big picture.
And how do these upgrades, once they're complete and all done, how does it benefit the future Caesar Rodney student athlete?
Yeah, well, every single student athlete that comes through here, we always try to instill what's called like the wow factor. What's going to sell a kid to want to stay and continue coming to Caesar Rodney, whether they were at Pfeiffer, Postal 8, Dover Air Base, and then next thing you know, they're in 8th grade and they start trying to figure out, hey, what school do I want to go to for high school, trade school, my regular public school? And when they come to Caesar Rodney and they get to see these brand new facilities that they get to step on and actually see it and put their eyes on it and touch it, the selling factor of that piece is huge for any incoming freshman.
All right, Bob, thank you for your time, and looking forward to the future of these upgrades and 302 Sports with Caesar Rodney. Thanks a lot for your...
Thank you for having me.
Welcome to...
Picking that up and taking advantage of it. So we'll see in the second half if that can be rectified.
And welcome back to Caesar Rodney, folks. That was the Caesar Rodney High School Marching Bands. Two pretty good bands here tonight. And Jim Tech, before we get to the stats, your thoughts. 28-0 here, Sussex Tech over Caesar Rodney. I think we thought coming in, Caesar Rodney is a slight favorite in this game. Maybe not, maybe a touchdown or so. And apparently Sussex Tech didn't listen to what I had to say in my game picks before the game because they come out here on fire.
Yeah, Sussex Tech showed so much more energy, execution. There were just no mistakes. Caesar Rodney's had several turnovers on efforts that they were going into the end zone. But again, those things were caused by great effort on the part of the Sussex Tech defense. Now, in addition, Caesar Rodney has lost several starters, and that's not the reason that they're losing. Sussex Tech just came out and they punched him in the mouth right away. They were aggressive, and we talked about how Sussex Tech's quarterback has just performed. No mistakes. And we overlook that unless they're throwing bombs. We overlook the execution. And he's done a great job.
He's the field general. Let's get to the Arena's Deli halftime stats. Our halftime stats brought to you by Arena's Deli. It's 28-0. Lopsided big time, 302 total yards for the Ravens. 40 in the air, 262 on the ground, 13 first downs. For the Riders, 129 total yards, 10 in the air, 119 on the ground. 3 first downs, and I think the biggest key, the 2 turnovers.
Yeah, the turnovers, and for me, the touchdown pass in the first quarter really set them on fire. We knew that Tech could run the ball. We talked in pregame about they had people that potentially could get downfield. and it was so well executed. I think that was the key for them just to move on.
Number 6, Mike Norsworthy for the Ravens, 21 carries, 160 yards, 2 touchdowns. Do you think he wants to be Louis' Pizza Player of the Game or what?
He has performed out. He has showed bursts of speed. He has settled down and let the blocks develop at times and then made cuts. Great job and nice job with the lead blocks. The other thing is the use of the unbalanced line has really given them an advantage.
Caesar Rodney, their leading rushers, number 5, Kevin Robinson, 4 carries, 78 yards, and he's out for the game. He got injured on the tackle where he fumbled down near the goal line. He hasn't been back since that play. Catching one catch, number 80 for the Ravens, LASHER'S, 1 catch for 40 yards and a touchdown. Your quarterback, he's got 1 completion. He's 1 of 3 for 40 yards and a touchdown. But it's been all about really the running game and the offensive line and Mike Norsworthy so far.
Yeah, I'm extremely impressed how they're getting off the ball, the backs and the line, and they're not hiding things at all, running behind Argo.
Absolutely. Folks, we're going to take a commercial timeout here on the SODEL Concepts halftime show. The stats brought to you by Arenas Deli. Folks, we'll be right back with second half action.
It's off season at the beach. That means great specials throughout all of our restaurants. Come check it out. Catch 54 in Fenwick Island, Northeast Seafood Kitchen in Ocean View, Delaware, Blue Coast Seafood Grill and Raw Bar in North Bethany, Matt's Fish Camp in North Bethany, Lupo Italian Kitchen in Rehoboth Beach, Blue Coast Seafood Grill and Raw Bar in Rehoboth Beach, the Clubhouse at Baywood on Long Neck, Matt's Fish Camp in Lewis, Delaware, and Fish On in the Villages of 5 Points. If you missed any of them, check it out at SODELconcepts.com. See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott.
And welcome back to Caesar Rodney High School, your halftime score here on the SODEL Concepts halftime show. Sussex Tech, the number 10 ranked team in Division 1, 28 over Caesar Rodney, the number 7th ranked team in Division 1. And let's catch up on some scores on your Barclay Heating and Air out-of-town scoreboard. And we got some big ones. Woodbridge win again, 47-7 final over Lake Forest. Dover at the half, they're spoiling the Smyrna homecoming, 30-8. Milford, talk about spoiling homecoming, they're doing it down at Cape Henlopen. They're up over the Vikings, 24-0. Delaware Military Academy now up 12-0 over St. Mark's, and the Spartans got to bring in the Woodbridge Blue Raiders next week. Who's maybe the hottest team in Division 2 right now. They're in Del Mar. Del Mar, of course, they've been hot from start to finish.
They have been. That's a good team.
And Woodbridge is heated up, and I can't wait till week 10. And then finally, Sussex Central, they got the clock running. They're up in the second half on the Polytech Panthers, 35-0. And that's a game we'll have next week when the autism awareness game when the Sussex Central Golden Knights travel to Cape Henlopen. It'll be our second chance to see Cape Henlopen this year. And of course, we've seen a lot of Sussex Central. So about 2 minutes to go here in the half. And those are your out-of-town scores. Got one more, Archmere. We talked about a game that we wanted to watch.
Yes, we can.
Archmere, here's a Del Mar 45, Seaford 6. Archmere 36, St. Elizabeth 0. 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, so they got the clock running.
Got the clock going, yeah.
So the two teams are coming back onto the field. They'll stretch out, and we'll get the third quarter underway. Two pretty darn good bands here tonight, too.
They did. They put on great shows. They're very impressive. A lot of numbers in the band too, which was impressive.
Please come to the press box.
Make sure you watch our Wednesday night 302 Sports weekly show on Wednesday nights 8 o'clock from Buffalo Wild Wings. This year we signed up with Buffalo Wild Wings. We bring all our broadcasts from there. So far we've been in Newark, the Christiana Buffalo Wild Wings. But guess what, Tack? On the 31st of October, we're coming to Dover. The 302 Sports Show will be in Dover.
Nice.
As we feature the Sussex Central Caesar Rodney Week 9 game. Both coaches have agreed to come on the show with some players, so we'll have some coach and player interviews. And then week 10, we come to the beach. We'll be at the Rehoboth Beach, Buffalo Wild Wings. And so far, Coach Manlove has said the Woodbridge Blue Raiders will be there. Field hockey coach from Dell Bar, Jody Holloman, says she'll be there. So we're waiting to hear. We've extended an invitation to Dave Hearn and also to Kate Austin, the field hockey coach at Cape Elope, because we're going to promote a little bit of field hockey because their state tournament starts that week. So we're going to get to
big.
Yeah. A couple updated scores out of our Lewis studio from Kristen Mitchell. Dover 30-16, so Smyrna looking to creep back in it here in the second half. And Milford now up 31-0 on Cape Henlopen. So I actually picked Cape by a point. I thought, I always think homecomings are the
You thought homecoming,
I thought it would help them. I thought homecoming would help them, a crowd, but it just hasn't done it. Milford on a mission. They want to be back in that playoff where they were state runner-up last year.
You get a taste of it. You want to come back.
You want to get it all back. So Caesar Rodney will kick it off here to start the third quarter. They trail 28-0. They got a lot of work to do, and I just can't imagine what Coach Candy had to say at the half.
No, it's not an easy assignment. When they came out here, I don't know, body language wasn't. I think they're shocked. I thought, things turned wrong. They said that long run.
Remember what I said in the opening? That the Henlopen Conference is the SEC of Delaware football. But does this mean that's not proven or what?
Yep.
Updated score. Talk about shockers. Out of down in Dagsboro, Indian River 30, Laurel 14. Where's that coming from?
That is surprising. We had Laurel earlier, and
there's the onside kick. I think the Riders got it. They do. So turnabout's fair play.
That's a great move for them to come out and get their kids back in it. Good move.
49-yard line. As often as the power.
So they'll take over first and 10.
Or Mega Millions, whichever one it is.
Yeah, Mega Millions.
Jacob Garrett on the recovery for the Riders.
With 6:55 to go in the game, the DMA Seahawks still up 12-0.
I'll be broadcasting from some island somewhere.
We will be going
on St. Mark's. First and 10 for the Riders at their own 49-yard line. It's their best field position of the night. And they're going right back to that shotgun motion coming to the near side. Oh, no, he's under center. That's going to be Jackson Raw carrying off the right side for pickup of about 2. Brings up a 2nd and 8.
Sussex Tech Ravens.
Gain of 3 on the play. Brings up 2nd down and 7 for the Riders at the Sussex Tech 48-yard line.
Jamel Harmon-Collick on the tackle.
Actually, give him a pickup of 3. Brings up a 2nd and 7 for the Riders. I formation. I think we're done for Robbins for the night. Is Jackson Rawl now playing both sides of the ball. He gets another carry, but he's hit. Oh, by Shermer right at the point of attack, right at the line.
No gain on the play.
And Tack, they're going right back to that straight at you offense.
Third down and 8 for the Riders.
3rd and 8 for the Riders.
39-yard line.
Maybe screen here, or they run the long reverse from the wing.
They ran that earlier in the game, picked up about 5. Slot to the far side. And that's Jackson Raw again. He's got running room. He's got a first down. And then nothing but green in front of him. It's a foot race to the 10, to the 5. Out of bounds at the 2. And Jackson, well, maybe don't look back. Maybe just get to that pylon.
Yeah.
Gotta look back for a stiff arm, but great run by Jackson Raw. I don't know how many carries he even has this year. We have a hold against the Riders.
Oh, I'll tell you what. Unbelievable.
I'll tell you, 2 turnovers and then
Wow.
penalty, and Caesar Rodney.
Nice call. They had 4 receivers out, 1 back in the backfield. Hit the little trap.
He takes it for about 47 yards, but all for nothing as we're going to get a hold. And that was a downfield hold. If that's where they're marking it from. Yeah, that hold was 8 yards downfield.
Somebody up in the box. You're breaking it loose down the sideline.
Well, it shows you.
Boy, you talk about a dark cloud settling in.
Oh, you better believe it.
Penalty makes it 3rd down and about 3rd.
That's 3 very close ones they could have had.
Right.
Yeah, all the way back at the Rider 46. Both wide out, split to the far side. Wings out.
So same formation, but this time we're going with a shotgun. And it's going to be that counter again.
Yep, there it is.
Up, nothing there. Like 79, Shermer again on
Shermer again.
So on the punt is Delgado.
Brings up 4th down and long for the Riders from their own 41-yard line.
Back deep is Norsworthy.
And he's an offensive play back there. He is a threat.
Believe it.
Back gate Norsworthy standing inside his 30-yard line. We're under 10 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Delgado waiting snap.
They are set up differently this time for the return.
Is it back there?
And he gets it off. A high kick, floater. He's going to fair catch it.
Catch at his 31-yard line.
So the ball at his own 31 where the Ravens will take over. And just like that, looks like Caesar Rodney's got something cooking and it turns around that fast.
Unbelievable.
Just still shaking on that. The play call, he came up with a big play.
Tim Master from the State News. His tweet, oh my goodness, Smyrna goes onside, hits off the Dover player, goes right to Smyrna. But the ref accidentally blew his whistle. We're kicking again.
So they do have their ice cream.
1st and 10 for the Ravens. And there's that pistol I formation again.
Yep, and they're unbalanced with a wing and a tight end.
That's
and they didn't move.
They
did not move.
69 yards, untouched, no flags. Touchdown, Sussex Tech. What a nightmare for the Riders here at home. A game that they were favored in. They're the number 7 ranked team in the state. Have a shot at the state tournament, and Sussex Tech is taking them behind the woodshed.
Yeah, and you and I've talked about it. They, for some reason, they do not want to move over. Maybe they're going to get mad at me for saying that, but listen, you got more men on that side.
That Indian River law, that is correct. It's coming from Matt Pensick. Halftime, 30-14, Indian River. That's a shocker. Law was still, with 3 losses, was still kind of in the hunt for a tournament berth. You know, and they have been, you talk about up and down, they've won every other week, lost every other week. It's been a little bizarre. So extra point, good.
We'll have a running clock.
And we'll have a running clock. So we're going to stay right here with it because I'm sure Caesar Rodney's going to get their off or their kicking team right back out there.
35, Caesar Rodney nothing. Back at 30 seconds.
35-0.
Wow.
Getting interesting up in Smyrna. Smyrna recovers a second onside kick. Then Stephen Whaley's 7-yard run. It's Dover 30, Smyrna 22.
Oh boy.
They're within a score, within possession. Don't count out the Eagles yet. So on come the Sussex Tech Ravens to kick.
And we just found out that Smyrna has gotten another onside kick, so they've gotten it within a 1 position.
Clock is kind of taking their time, getting the kicking team on the field, getting that tee just right.
Well, let's see where he sends it this time.
DMA 20, St. Mark's 0. Again, the Spartans, they welcome the Blue Raiders next week. And they're in some trouble. Their playoff hopes probably all but dashed. And that kick taken by number 3, Donovan Barnshaw. And he's going to, this is what they call the ensuing kickoff. He's down the hash marks to the 30, the 20. He's dragged down from behind by number 4, Dakari Beasley.
Beasley saves the score.
Yes, he does.
And the result for the kickoff return is going to set
But the clock running, so here comes the Caesar Rodney Riders, 1st and 10. And for the first time tonight, the Riders are in the LASHER'S Barbecue red zone.
They need to get in here to just keep the rest of their season going.
Stop that clock.
Right inside the red zone, really.
So gotta get the yard markers back down there. They gotta run that distance too. Ball set on the 16, 1st and 10 for Caesar Rodney on the 16. First time in the red zone. Would have been there one other time, but they fumbled going inside the 10. So we're spreading to the near side of the field. Here comes motion. And it's going to be a fake to roll. Throws back. And it's going to hit the ground. Incomplete pass.
They had a nice screen set up.
Yeah. Intended for 80 Allen and then a late flag. I'm sorry, it was intended for number 30, Austin Grettencord. Now we have a penalty on the Riders.
Wow.
5-yard penalty.
5-yard penalty. Was that a delay? The game? I missed the signal.
I am not.
So 2nd and 15 is
15 for the Riders. The ball is at the Sussex Tech 21-yard line.
Must have been a dead ball foul because it's 2nd and 15 now.
So that's the 3rd final we have in.
I'm not sure what they call.
The Riders 1st and 15, wide out, split to the near side of the field.
That's going to be Allen off the right side. Hit.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
That was number 3, Custis, on the tackle.
Jordan Allen on the carry for the Riders. Gain of 1 on the play brings up 3rd.
At the end of 3 quarters here on your Barkley Heating Air scoreboard, Outtown scoreboard, Milford 31, Cape 0. Ball on the 20, gain of 1 for Allen. Brings up 3rd and 14. Full house backfield. And he's under pressure. Throws a wobbly pass and goes out of bounds. Incomplete. And Hatfield was on him in no time.
Hatfield was all over him from
no warning coming
backside.
Well,
The Riders, the ball is at the Sussex Tech 20-yard line.
So it brings up a 4th and 14 for the Riders. And again, Tag, they get something going in the right direction. And 1 step forward, 2 steps back.
2 steps back. But again, the other thing is the amount of penalties that they've incurred.
Under 4 minutes and 30 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. And remember, we're under a running clock with a 35-0 advantage. Riders going to go for it on 4th and 14 under pressure and hits his arm. It's and they're going to rule a fumble. And that's the 3rd turnover for the Riders. Would have been their ball. Hatfield on the recovery.
And I think Wharton may have been came off the edge with the hit.
First and 10 for the Ravens at their own 28-yard line.
You know, at 4th and 15, I've got to.
Hatfield was just over there. They have a turnover belt on the sideline.
Yes, they do. Absolutely, they do.
I'm not a big. I'm too old.
Would have been.
It used to be that if your teammates congratulate you, that was gay. Here we go again. Wing and tight end over.
Ravens in that stacked on. Give it to Norsworthy. Hit at the line of scrimmage. Bounces away from.
Norsworthy, no, maybe a loss on the play. I believe that's our man Burke again. Yes, it is. Again, I'm going to say it again. Burke has had a player of the game performance, and they're down by 35.
I have him at 11 stops.
Wow. 2nd and 11 for the Ravens.
Down to 3 minutes in the third quarter.
The Ravens taking their time.
Oh, sure. They should.
St. Mark's now trails DMA 20-7.
Now they're back to balanced.
That's Custis. And hit, spins, gets away. And then
guess who made the stop?
Burke and Raw finish it off. Number 2, Kennedy had him at the line of scrimmage, but man, it's like trying to catch a fish with your bare hands.
That's right. That's a good description.
Gain of 5 on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 7 for the Ravens.
32-yard line.
It's 3rd down and about 6.
Approaching 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter.
32-yard line.
That's Norsworthy off the right side.
Wow.
Steps out of a tackle, but that's going to be number 3, Donovan Barshaw. That's a touchdown saving tackle because he's getting ready to run it down the sideline.
He got hurt on that a little bit.
That's another SC Doyle first down.
At the Caesar Rodney 49-yard line.
20-yard pickup.
Barnshaw.
The Senators answer the score and get the 2-point conversion. So Dover now leads Smyrna 38-22. Starting to sound like defense optional up there.
Yeah. Nice. I like that.
Right.
Defense optional. Very good.
1st and 10, cross midfield at the 49.
15-point lead for the Senators in that one. Here, 1st and 10 for the Ravens in Rider territory.
That's going to be Sneed off the right side.
Burke from the
flag. Like Delgado and Burke maybe. No, 65.
Burke came from this side and had the initial hit, which is amazing because he chased it down from the back side.
That was number 20, Christopher Evans, sophomore, and a flag.
And we're under a minute.
And it's going to be on the Ravens. And it's going to be a hold.
And the call is a holding penalty against the Ravens.
It's a spot foul, but the ref's got the ball way back here on the other side of the 50.
Now you look at those two dudes, 70 and 73 standing together.
Yeah,
that is huge.
I mean, do they ride the same buses the rest of the
I
time?
don't. If not, they're one to a seat.
I was going to say, they get their own seat. Or who's going to kick them out of it, right?
Early for a 1-minute break between quarters there. 3rd quarter to score.
Archmere has beaten St. Elizabeth, so Archmere looking for their chance to get back in the state tournament. St. Mark's trailing DMA 20-7. That's your Barkley Heating and Air out-of-town scoreboard. So, folks, we're going to stay right here with the action as we have the running clock going because it's time for the Juwan Johnson State Farm trivia question. Juwan Johnson State Farm in Dagsboro, Delaware. He sponsors our trivia question, and here it is, and we'll give you the answer at the beginning of the 4th quarter. Current Blue Hen running back Kanai Kane led Sussex Tech to a Henlopen North Championship in 2014. What year did the Ravens win their other conference title? Again, the current Blue Hen running back Kanai Kane led Sussex Tech to a Henlopen Conference North Championship in 2014. What year did the Ravens win their other conference title? We'll have that answer coming up for you in the 4th quarter. If you know it, you can tweet it to 302 Sports or Ben Mitchell at 302 if you have that answer. That's our Henlopen Conference trivia. Brought to you by Juwan Johnson State Farm.
And their delicious, mouth-watering cinnamon butter for the Friday Night Team winners. Please come out and support.
So getting ready to start the 4th quarter clock, and the Tech band warming up. Now, we did another game. Remember when they started the clock before they set the ball in the 4th quarter?
They wanted to get out of there.
Guys waited. That's Snead trying to get around the left end. He does. But he's tackled by number Kennedy was in on it. And 22 is and that's 23. Jaylon Patton. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 18.
Brings up 2nd down and long for the Ravens.
What was that last penalty?
Holding.
Holding.
Remember they had the long discussion of
Okay.
where to mark it from.
All right. Yeah, I lost track of that.
And that's number 20, Connor Ellingsworth off the right side. He's going to pick up a couple.
Uh-oh. Oh, he's up.
Jackson Ross tackle for the Riders. Gave a couple of the play, brings up third down and long. For the Ravens.
That's Emmanuel Kennedy was slow getting up there.
Third down and long for the Ravens.
3rd and 17 for the Ravens. They lead here 35-0 in the 4th quarter.
Timeout.
And we're having timeout. So while we're at this timeout, let's rock with the Sussex Tech band. Usually
they are good. They're good.
Took their break in the 3rd quarter, and now they're back, and they probably won't stop the rest of it out.
I was in a basketball gym, and they did not. It was tremendous the effect they had on the game.
Gotta go to a Caesar Rodney big wrestling match when they bring their jazz band in.
Okay.
During wrestling matches.
Thank you.
Same thing.
Dover was ranked 6th, so they would fall at least to 6th. All pizza.
Well, there's going to be some ranking shakeups
Caesar Rodney actually used a timeout, and that's one of the few
on Sunday.
you can stop.
As number 4's going down, number 7's going down.
All pep and all pizza. Its per slice is $1. Again, $1 for hot dogs, $1 for any slice of pizza.
That's Snead again. He's got some running room, cuts it back, steps out of a tackle, and he's going to be brought down from behind. We got on that tackle. Runs number 14.
And 6.
Kendall Smith is 6. Burke downfield. Yeah, I feel bad for this kid because, like I said, he's had a player of the game performance. You know.
Well, somebody's going to see him play in a loss and recognize that this kid doesn't stop.
Right. That was a SC Doyle first down.
They've showed great balance.
That was a heck of a run too. I mean,
they stepped out of two
Snead
tackles.
was
1st and 10 at the 30. And that's number 20, Unsworth. He's got some running room, and he touchdown Sussex Tech. The sophomore gets
now we get another flag. Up celebration.
Celebration probably.
There is a flag down on the field.
And I think may have been the young man that scored. I'm not sure.
Getting a report from up in Smyrna at the start of the 4th quarter, 38-22 Dover, but those Eagles are in the red zone.
And the penalty is an unsportsmanlike conduct foul against Sussex Tech.
So unsportsmanlike conduct against the Ravens. Touchdown will count.
Yeah, it'll be enforced on the kickoff, so the touchdown stands.
So Sussex Tech, I'm not sure who they have next week. Smyrna, maybe? They've already played Dover. Played Dover last week. They played Sussex Central. They have Cape at the end.
So I'll tell you what, that Sussex Tech Smyrna game next week is
They might have Smyrna next week.
That's what they're talking about here in the booth.
You know, I was going to suggest that the fans
Tech is, I mean, this is a peak to me.
Right.
That's pizza before the game.
But already with 4 losses. And it's going to be tough to get in Division 2 with, Division 1, 6 and 4. As one of those wins came over a Division 2 team. 2 of those wins came over Division 2 teams, Milford and Mount Pleasant. So there's our kicker on the kick, Caleb Locklear. And he's good again. Well, they say it's no good. Wide to the left. But the clock continues to run. And the Ravens lead 41-0. So folks, we're there. Quick timeout. We'll be right back with more 4th quarter action.
Congratulations, Dover Federal, on 60 years in business in Delaware. You've been by our side since our doors opened.
Thank you so much for giving me a call on so many years ago when I had no credit.
You helped our business grow into what it is.
And welcome back to Caesar Rodney High School. 7:25 and counting, and the penalty being marked off on the kickoff. And tag, we will be down at the beach next week for the big Sussex Central, Caesar Rodney, or Sussex Central Cape and Lopin autism awareness game.
Well, it'll be good to be close to home.
Right. And then the following week, we'll be at Sussex Central's homecoming where the Caesar Rodney Riders, they're going to have to regroup before they get down there.
Well, I'm looking forward to November 9th.
You know what?
Dell Bar Woodbridge. That is going to be something.
And you're not alone.
I can't wait.
68 points in that ball game, and they have a quarter to go.
So the Riders take over 1st and 10. And there it is at the bottom of the screen. Next week, Sussex Central at Cape and Lopin, the autism awareness game. It's got rivalry flavor to it. It's not a trophy game or anything, but they kind of don't like each other a whole lot.
Yeah, I can see that.
Little battle on Route 9. Here's your answer to the Juwan Johnson State Farm trivia question. Current Blue Hen running back Kanai Kane led Sussex Tech to a Henlopin Conference North Championship in 2014. What year did the Ravens win their other conference title? 2009. 2009, the Ravens won their first Henlopin Conference North title.
It's now 38 to 30.
It looks like the Ravens are going to take a timeout.
What the?
But the clock's still running. They called the timeout around 5:15.
Leave it run. No offense.
Start the clock.
But no, I don't think anybody wants to hold it up now.
Oh, it's getting crazy in Smyrna Tech. Iman Roberts, 6-yard pass from Aiden Sanchez. The 2-point conversion is good with 1:55 left to play in the fourth. Dover 38, Smyrna 30.
Get ready for the onside kick.
Heck, we might have time to ride up there and catch the right up the road. Looking over at Glenn Frazier, 105.9. Glenn, it's your hometown. You think you can make it up there for the end?
My hometown is Middletown.
Okay. Stop on your way by. We're here in the booth with the 105.9 radio guys. Kind of, we might want to ride together. We've been in the booth together for past 2-3 weeks. Save on gas.
5:08 to go in this one. Both teams still in the huddles during the timeout taken by Coach Willen of Sussex Tech.
Unless he's subbing, maybe that's why it's taking time. Yeah, I think so. He's putting kids in.
Yeah, we're gonna get
and that's a good.
We're gonna get a let's play whistle anyway.
Yeah, that's how you get those kids ready.
And Caesar Rodney. I think what happened was he saw Caesar Rodney's second team come out, so he called the timeout to get his second team in. So, class move by Coach Quillen. Hey, and also Coach Candeloro getting his younger guys in. And that quarterback is number 18, Anthony.
Through the fade.
Oh, he throws it down to Delgado.
Who's going to come down with it? I don't know who's coming down. I think
it's dual possession.
And the pass is completed.
Once they hit the ground, dual possession. Delgado with the catch. 1st and 10. That's another SC Doral first down. And we're in the red zone with LASHER'S Barbecue. Folks, if you've not been to Long Neck Road and had LASHER'S pit beef, you're missing out. Trust me. First and goal for the Riders. New quarterback in the game, number 18, Anthony Jacobs. He's a senior. And he's going to hand off on the sweep to number 7, Scotty Flowers. And he goes in. Touchdown Riders, so they get on the board. Number 7, Scotty Flowers.
And the touchdown for the Riders was scored by Scotty Flowers.
And I'll tell you, with this scoring going on Wednesday night, I'm plenty to talk about on the recap. We'll recap Wednesday night's game on our 302 Sports Weekly Show. So join us on our YouTube channel right here where you're watching tonight. Hosted by Pat Gariantes and Nick Alessandrini. On the kick, looks like Delgado. Extra point, believe it or not. Oh, they're going to roll out. Now he's going to drop back and throw. Tip. And knocked down at the line. So the clock continues to run. You know, they kick there, they stop the clock. Instead they go for 2. I mean, I don't think you're catching 35 here in the next 3 minutes, but. Milford now up 38-0 on Cape. 7:20 to go in the fourth quarter, so they're in the running clock. Final score in Pike Creek. Delaware Military Academy 20, St. Mark's 14.
Started out the half with the onside attempt, and they recovered. But the clock continues to roll down inside of 2:30.
You said Smyrna kicks onside again? Nope, they kicked it deep.
Did they really?
Over ball on the 20, so maybe they're feeling it. And it looks like they've had some defensive stops here in the second half.
Feeling it. That's good. I haven't heard that in a while.
Yeah,
the mojo.
Approaching 2 minutes. 58 points scored. Oh, excuse me, 68 points in that game. Smyrna plays Sussex Tech next week. Not sure where that game is.
They only have 10 people on the field, I think. Caesar Rodney. Yeah, they're missing a guy.
No, the kicker's back is 11.
Yeah, well, I counted him.
They must have added somebody on.
Okay, they stepped somebody on at the last minute.
And they're going to kick it deep.
They're going to get a penalty for something. Don't call a penalty now.
No.
You just leave it go.
No, he's going to call it.
You just leave it go at this point.
And after the kickoff,
why?
Will take over at their own 20-yard line. This important note from the Riders Snack Shack. Chick-fil-A, yes, that Chick-fil-A that you love so much is only $3 a sandwich. Again, that is a discount. Chick-fil-A sandwich is only $3 a sandwich. You know it's a good deal. Go get them while they last.
You gonna get you some Chick-fil-A on the way out? $3.
You're taking it all in.
Yeah, man.
Do they deliver to the booth?
Yeah, really. Minute to go in this game, 41-6. The Sussex Tech Ravens lead. Folks, we'll be going to the cutting to the SODEL Concepts post-game show. And that quarterback is number 14, Jashawn Matthews.
And a good move by the official to ignore that penalty.
Yeah. When we come back from the commercial, we'll have the active pest of the game, active pest solution pest of the game, and our Louis Pizza player of the game.
No game on the play brings up second down and 10 for the Ravens at their own 20-yard line.
30 seconds to go and it's winding. And I doubt they'll take another snap.
Jacob Garrett on the tackle for the Riders.
And the Tech Ravens with the big upset here. 41-6 over the Caesar Rodney Riders. Both teams have work to do if they're going to be in the state tournament. I'm watching Burke slowly limp off the field. He's put another heck of a game, but in a losing clause. So, folks, we'll be right back with our post-game show. Stats, player of the game, best of the game. Join us in a few minutes.
SODEL Concepts.
And I'm Ronnie Burkle from Papa Grande's.
Come visit us at Papa Grande's in beautiful Fenwick Island, Delaware. See you soon.
At Papa Grande's, we serve fresh, authentic Mexican food with specialties like blackened fish tacos and short rib cheesesteak burritos. We have great nightly specials throughout the second season and serve the best happy hour at the coolest bar every day year-round. We are open 7 days a week, all year long.
Papa Grande's, overlooking the water in beautiful Fenwick Island, Delaware. Come check us out.
And welcome back to Canada, folks. Benny Mitchell, Jim Tack here with the SODEL Concepts post-game show. Brought to you by SODEL Concepts, 10 restaurants along the culinary coast. And let's get right to the post-game stats brought to you by Arena's Deli. Sussex Tech, 451 yards total offense, 40 in the air, 411 on the ground, 16 first downs, a lot of that played on the running clock. Caesar Rodney, 174, 50 in the air, 124 yards rushing, 5 first downs, 2 turnovers. Tack would talk about his stats. I mean, they were very indicative of how the game went.
It was impressive from the first snap that Sussex Tech was going to run the ball and that their backs came in with an attitude. They ran hard. Linemen stayed on their block downfield. What a night for Norsworthy. These guys were good, and then some younger guys got in, but also some very big plays we'll talk about later from the defensive side.
Well, when the ants crawl on the screen, you know what that means, Coach Tack? Tell me, who was our active Pest Solutions Pest of the game and why?
Well, this is different. Caleb Locklear, the kicker for Sussex Tech, onside kick. 2 other attempts that really were difficult for Caesar Rodney to land, and then his other kicks were unreturnable.
Right.
He pinned them in the deep corner, had another ball that was caught at about the 8-yard line on a kickoff. That it was a tough call for the Caesar Rodney back. So to me, he just kept them a long field. He made a long field for Caesar Rodney, so he's our pest of the game.
Number 30, Caleb Locklear, the kicker from Sussex Tech. That's the first time we've ever had a kicker win a post-game award. He is our pest of the game, and that brings us to our Louis Pizza player of the game. Louis Pizza, home of the grinder, Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, and there's none other than the man. 23 carries, 177 yards, 2 touchdowns. Mike Norsworthy is our Louis Pizza player of the game.
What a performance. Hard running, great vision. I was really impressed to watch him tonight. He has a highlight reel.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Louis Pizza player of the game, Michael Norsworthy. So let's run down the total stacks. Sneed, 5 carries, Custis, 5 carries, 110 yards and a touchdown. Sneed, 1 carry for a 40-yard touchdown. The quarterback, 2 for 6 for 4 yards, and he threw for a touchdown. The number 7 late in the game, Scotty Flowers, just a touchdown for Caesar Rodney. But let's talk a little bit more about that quarterback. Number 12, Chase Snyder. He commanded his offense very well tonight.
There were no mistakes. There was no panic. He kept a nice flow. His faking was incredible. One of the lost arts of football is the faking that he did out of the backfield. I thought that the couple times he ran the option, he did it effectively. It's not a mainstay of their offense, but after they're jumping on that dive, he'll pull out. He just had a great night. I didn't see any delay of games.
Right.
There was, and with flipping to the unbalanced line, he didn't make any mistakes. I thought outstanding job, very workmanlike attitude.
And, we talked about our player of the game, our pest of the game, a lot about Snyder, the big man. Argo had a big game leading those blocks and pulling. But a guy I want to talk about a little bit, on the losing side, if I'm William Burke, I send this film to my college recruiters because here's a game where they're getting blown out, and he's having a record day tackling. He didn't quit playing this entire game, and he's slow getting off the field. Talk a little bit about that young man.
I have not done a game where I've had a young man have 15 tackles.
Right.
I mean, and he's catching things from the backside. He has things coming right at him. He has quick feet. I believe at the next level he would probably be moved into the inside or maybe a strong safety type.
About 30, 40 pounds on him.
Yeah, he's something special. He has a good nose for the ball. He takes things on square. He also had a tipped ball. What an effort. And again, in a losing, sometimes that little tweak on the ankle can cause you to get a little limp. Right. On a night like this when things aren't going bad. Not for this young guy. He is full throttle. If you're listening to us and you're looking for a good college player, this is a kid to look at.
Absolutely.
15 tackles tonight.
And don't forget to join us on Wednesday night for Buffalo Wild Wings in Christiana for our 302 Sports Weekly Show, where I'll recap this game and our others. Next week, join us next week, myself and Tack. We're going to be down at the beach when Sussex Central comes in to take on Cape and Lopin in the autism awareness game. Big night down there at Sussex Central, at Cape and Lopin. Every year, at least when Central comes to Cape, they play this. This is a game that Cape plays every year, as they have the consortium right in their district. And
last we heard, it was 46.
Again, our player of the game, Mike Norsworthy. We gave your stats. What a game! What a performance! Caleb Locklear, our first ever kicker to win a post-game award, but very much well deserving. And one last update before we cut off. Still with 9 minutes to go, Senators score Dover 46, Smyrna 30. That game might not end tonight. They're in a shootout up in Smyrna. So, Coach Tack, any closing comments?
No, I'm still shocked. I thought that it would be a closer game. I thought that Caesar Rodney, I gave the edge coming in the game, so that tells you how much I know. But I just think that you saw a Sussex Tech team who made up their mind that they were finished with losing. The attitude, but the effort, the way their backs ran, their linemen stayed on blocks. It's a great evening. They're going to have a fun bus ride home.
Absolutely. I was at their practice Monday, and they were loose and having fun. Yeah. So, man, hey, maybe that's the way they should play all the time. But next Friday night, join us, myself, and Tack again. We'll be down at Cape Lopin for the Sussex Central game. For Trey Mitchell on the camera, Dave Marvel on the stats, Kristen Mitchell back home updating the scores. And for Jim Tack, I'm Benny Mitchell, folks. Have a good night. Remember, 1 o'clock tomorrow, join us here on 302 Sports. I'll have the call with Jason Winchell when Howard and AI DuPont get it on for the Fight B title. Have a good night, folks.
Golden Knights long touchdown pass, pick 6, and that ball game is over. And that